Yo! Smash that like button, y'all. Smash that like button. Smash that like button. Shout out to everybody on here. Welcome to Trenches News. If it's your first time, so make sure you subscribe to the channel. Smash that like button, that hype button at the end of the video. Make sure you check out all my videos and membership. All right, I don't know what was that double recording shit. Smash that like button. Smash that like button. Monty McCary, what's up, man? Shout out Monty, man. Appreciate your love support. OG Momo, what's up, OG? Shout out Matthew Liggins. Shout out Matthew Liggins. Shout out Chris Wynowinski. Hey, I don't know your name, man, but shout out to you, brother. Shout out German Hawkins. Shout out Ethic Morals, 7138. Chris again. Shout out Lawrence. Shout out Law, man. Shout out NBA Game Time, 3295. Stream Elements. Shout out J. Pierre. Damian Phillips. Tinosh 1157. Shout out Quat. Swipe, what up, what up, what up, Quat? What up, my boy? Shout out King of Mod TV, man. Make sure y'all check out King of Mod, man. He be playing old school Sundays on this shit. You like that old school, that come and talk to me. Hey, hit him up, man. He be playing that shit. He got that clean up music. Shout out Dustin Turner, man. Shout out Dustin Turner. All my riches, man. Make sure you follow them too, man. They got something going on. I might not be on YouTube, and I rather y'all follow, other people, positive people, man, who trying to go positive way or with however way they coming, man. Most of them got kids and they stand on business, man. Shout out Bone Yak too, man. He definitely be a standing on business with his kids. Dustin Turner. Shout out Big Dog 45. Shout out Ramon Detroit. Shout out to the whole Detroit. Shout out Dab 9450. That's Turner again. Call me Flex. Shout out Flex. Elijah. Shout out Elijah, man. Terrence Taylor. The real Don Watt. What's up, my boy? Mr. Key Halster. What's up? What's up? Eglow 53. Smirkiana. Shout out Chris Roundtree. Shout out Beijing. Wonka Tong Tong. Dewan Bradley. Tinosh again. Shout out Jay Burner. Shout out Kimberly. Phil Baby 5 times. What up? Shout out Law. Lawrence Guy. Shout out Dustin Ferguson. Rob Vegas. Almighty Props. Ayo Sparks. Fool. Is that Sparks Visual? Shout out Sparks Visual too. Larry. Shout out Effective. Affection. Shout out Carla Kidd. I am Art. Shout out Kabil. Lawrence. Mr. Locke Clark. Westside. Purple. King Machiavelli. Shout out Anthony. All right, y'all. I gotta get ready to go live, man. Come on, man. Kill Bill Nation. Shout out Comet. Shout out Gary Wells. Vandalism. Shout out Angela Dixon. I got y'all. If I ain't get y'all, I get y'all on around. All right, y'all. So we talking about OTF Jam, man. And I told y'all, soon when Lil Durk got locked up, I told y'all it was Jam, man, because they hit me up and said, you ain't reporting about Jam. Jam, the one who was on that airplane. And I reported about it. Everybody, they said we was lying. Everybody, all the bloggers. We don't want to hear you said Jam nothing. I seen people say Ken was number 2. Hey, look, PW1 is co-conspirator number 2. It just changed because they superseded the indictment. When they superseded the 4th indictment, the co-conspirator turned into the PW. So Vonnie and Jam is PW1, Vonnie is PW2. I told y'all before Jam got locked up, when Jam got locked up for that gun, he wasn't telling. He called Lil Durk and told Lil Durk that he needed a lawyer. Lil Durk them, they laughed like they was on the phone with Boona. They was laughing and thought it was a game. And then Jam told them that hey, if y'all play me, y'all gonna be in here with me. You hear me? Like y'all don't play somebody who know all the family secrets. They thought it was funny though. Y'all heard the audio y'all self. So Jam, y'all got proof that Lil Durk thought it was funny, right? So they had box Jam in, the U.S. Marshals. They got him off 71st and Wabash, right there by the candy store, the gas station, the tobacco shop right across the street. That's where they got Jam at. They boxed him in that alley and arrested him. Jam had said that was his cousin gun. And his cousin was like, hell no. So his cousin had inboxed me and was like, man, that's Jam. And he told me it was Jam. And he told me what happened and all that shit. But I told y'all that it was Jam, man, and they finally revealed Jam. They say Jam will be testifying about the 50. Now remember I told y'all when people was like, Drew Finley and them could discredit Jam. He a criminal. No. Remember that $50,000 that Durk gave him? Jam get 50. He ain't got to ask again. Guess what? Jam could tell the feds that 50 was to kill people. And guess what? It's his word against Lil Durk's. Because you know why? Lil Durk confessed to it on a rap. He said that he gave Jam 50. He went on interviews and said he went on the interviews and said that Lil Durk said, oh yeah, I gave Jam 50. Did you really get Jam 50? He answering the question. You know, all these guys that's telling on Lil Durk, they OTF. They ain't FBG, they ain't Swiper, they ain't Trisha News, they ain't they OTF. All these motherfuckers on everything, bro. Everybody who telling they was at the concert. They was at all his shows. They was celebrating champagne. You know, they was in the videos when they was killing people. They was laughing and shit. Now everybody want to go home now. Everybody saying it wasn't me. You know, sounding like Shaggy. Everybody saying it wasn't them now. But I told y'all, Jam ain't playing, bro. And Jam don't give a fuck about none of them, about fighting. If he ran in them, Jam ain't going to no PC. I can tell you that. He ain't going to no PC. And he gonna tell a motherfucker straight up. You call your homies for a lawyer and you done killed 10 people. And then your homies them play you and they laughing about it. Man, motherfuckers gonna be like, shit. They burnt you, you burn them. I'm telling you how the streets go, bro. How the rules is. If you burn a motherfucking killer, he could burn you, bro. You might call it snitching, but it's called you burn me, I burn you, bro. It's an eye for an eye, bro. That man killed somebody for you and you ain't get him no lawyer. Hey, that's what it is, bro. Hey, but I'm about to pull up this paperwork. I need y'all to smash that like button. I need y'all to smash that like button. All right, y'all. So this is in Chambers order. Defendant Banks motion to exclude proposed FRE 404B evidence. Defendant Wilson motion to exclude other act evidence 508. Defendant Banks motion to exclude government exhibits. Before the court are three motions in Lyman. The motions filed on July 28, 2026. Defendant Banks motion to exclude Rule 404B evidence. Man, fuck all that. We finna get down to the meat on everything. We ain't trying to hear about that because evidently the motions got denied. Criminal menace generally. All right, so the court resolves the objections in these motions in the following chart, which is incorporated into the order, into this order. Trial exhibit, description, court ruling. All right, 911 call on August 19, 2022 by unknown witness to shooting. Admitted. Excerpt of LASD body camera footage from crime scene. Admitted. Additional excerpts of LASD body camera footage from crime scene. Moot as the videos admit to non-graphic screenshots. TMZ footage of TMB reaction omitted. 4 autopsy photos of SR omitted. SR autopsy report moot. Excerpt of message between Banks and co-conspirator 3 of screenshot of Instagram post omitted. Excerpt of message between Banks and co-conspirator 5 regarding Breezy interview. They talking about the no jumper interview. The no jumper interview with 600 Breezy. So they talking about that. That's moot. Social media video depicting Quando Rondo challenge omitted. Excerpt of messages between Banks and co-conspirator 3, country transporting pipes admitted. Surveillance footage from November 6, 2020 admitted. Excerpt of unreleased Redman music video omitted. Screenshots from $1 Million Worth of Game podcast featuring Banks with large amount of cash on February 17, 2022 omitted. Video alleged taken down during podcast filming featuring multiple individuals with firearms excluded. Compilation of photographs of firearms seized from PW2's iCloud account omitted. Compilation of photographs of PW2's and Banks from PW2's iCloud moot. Screenshot of Vaughn wearing OTF and no blockchains and Vaughn's welcome to my neighborhood video omitted. Threats to everybody video moot. Photograph of Wilson's wearing OTF chain moot. Photograph of Banks, Wilson, and others cash omitted. Video of Banks and others doing filming of Piss Me Off omitted. Video depicting Banks, Vaughn, and PW2 purchasing jewelry omitted. That's Vonnie right there, y'all. That's Vonnie right there. PW2. I showed y'all the video in one of my videos. Banks, Vaughn, and Vonnie. They was at Icebox and they was purchasing the money. Remember when I said, why the fuck do Vaughn and Durk, they so lazy that they don't even want to count their own money? Y'all opening the door for a motherfucker to tell on y'all. You hear me? Like, you could count your own money to do a jewelry. You could bring a money machine if you need it. You Durk. But you don't need no motherfucker count your money because a picture's worth 1,000 words. To the feds, he count your money. He in the inside. He could tell us shit. You know? Like, Durk was just sloppy, man. All right, but I'm going to keep on going. Video of Banks and others cash. Video Wilson took of himself inside vehicle. Moot. Video excerpt from Instagram Live depicting Banks with others. Moot. Photograph of Houston Banks' brother with text overlaid, omitted as redacted or substituted as stated adherent. September 24th, 2022, Instagram Live video taken by Wilson, admit as to Wilson only with limited instructions. Photograph of Wilson from Instagram account omitted. Excerpt of Banks' interview with DJ Academics dated May 23rd, 2023. Snitches and rats omitted. Omit. Excerpt of Banks' interview with DJ Academics dated May 23rd, 2023. NBA Youngboy Vaughn omit. Hey, look. So all the people, move, Nene. It could be disputed. Moot mean it could be disputed. An argument. It could be disputed. Shout out to my wife, Nene, on everything. Excerpt of Banks' interview with Academics dated. Slide for Vine. Hey, remember I told y'all that? Like, why would Durk go on the interview? Durk used to always say that motherfuckers broke for going on interviews. You ain't got no money. You on some police shit. Then he go on the interview, you know, cause I told y'all the leaders make the rules. It ain't snitching to him that he going on that motherfucker, but he could call somebody else on the interview a rat. You hear me? If you go on the interview, you a rat. But when he get on Academics, he ain't no rat because of that. You hear me? Like that's why I tell you. That's what gangs do. The leaders, there is no consequence for them. You ain't never heard of a leader getting violated. You ain't heard of that shit because he ain't. He make the rules and he enforcing them motherfuckers. YouTube podcast excerpt of Takashi 69 commenting on Vine. All right, photograph of PW2 with Vine. That's Vonnie. Admit. Screenshots of music video from Wilson's Block is Hot. Admit. Screenshots of music video from Wilson's Seen It All. Exclude. Screenshots of videos for PW1's Federal Freestyle. Admit. Hey, I told y'all. Hey, look, hold on, man. Hold on. I gotta go to the song now. I gotta go to the song, man. I told y'all why Jam made that song. Jam was already preparing for them niggas. He say, Durk tell me to shoot, I'ma shoot. Didi the muscle. If he shoot you, he gonna shoot you. Hey, that motherfucker, he told that motherfucker thing in that song. I told y'all. Jam ain't do that song for nothing. Jam smart. Durk and them started getting short on that money. Yeah, Jam, co-conspirator 2, and PW1. Yeah, they the same people. When they superseded the indictment, it changed from co-conspirator to PW1. That's what the feds changed it to. They took co-conspirator out for Jam and Bonnie and put PWs on them. Yeah, but Jam co-conspirator 2. He the shooter. Like I told y'all. Remember when I showed you that picture? I showed y'all that picture and showed y'all. I say, hey, look, I knew Jam all his life. That's Jam right there in that picture shooting that gun. You know, and motherfuckers like, how you know it's Jam? I think it was Mr. CJ Talk. He said, how I know it's Jam, and I showed him a picture. Hey, I'm telling y'all, man, I don't be bullshitting, bro. Like, and the gang members told me Jam, it was Jam. I ain't know it was Jam. The gang members told me. They say, why you, hey, they say, it's your boy Jam, report about him. So shit, I reported it. And they wasn't lying, man. So my sources is A1. Shout out to my sources, man. Shout out to the gang members. Y'all doing something positive, bro. Because y'all helping me show these kids that the gangs ain't shit. I appreciate y'all, man. Use Trenches News for it. I appreciate you, brothers. OTF Jam, Federal Freestyle. We got to listen to it, y'all. I got to break the rules today. I told y'all, man. I inboxed Vlad. No bullshit. I inboxed Vlad TV 3 days after Durk got locked up and told him it's Jam. On everything, bro. He just inboxed me like, you was right. You was right, bro. I told you. All right, so we listen to Jam Freestyle real quick. We gonna come back to this, y'all. We gonna come back to this. We gotta listen to the freestyle real quick because they mentioned it.
But I don't want the needles to be too big. What do you think?
If you go up, it's gonna get kind of baggy.
Although,
hey y'all, everything Jam saying he do. I know him before this internet shit, before Lil Durk them, and now King Vine had a name. He telling the truth, man. Jam done killed 2 of the BDs before. Before rap and Lil Durk them. He already to kill some motherfuckers already. I'm telling y'all, man. I'm telling you what's real, man. He been doing it, bro. He killing the BDs or whoever. He don't give a fuck. I'm telling y'all. But we gonna remix. Shout out Trenches News, man. I told y'all it was Jam. I don't want to see no other pages trying to take no credit. Hey, it don't matter if it's trash. It's going in that. It's going. The jury finna hear that shit. It don't matter if it's trash, brother. You talking about it's trash? That don't even matter. Lil Durk finna be in a trash can, a 6x4 cell where you piss, shit, and brush your teeth in the same spot. That's trash right there. This ain't the one though. This ain't the song though. Jam, this ain't the song I was talking about, man. Jam got a song where goddamn it, hold on, OTF Jam. Let me see. What's Jam song? What's that shit? 50 Shot Shine. That ain't Federal Freestyle. Oh, War with the City. What?
War with the city, your homie could die and it come with the streets. Be in the city with too many blickers, I know it can happen wherever we be. We in the trenches, there's too many niggas. Whatever I'm missing, my brody a peep. Shorty and them that, get them alone, they come through the back and they don't have a key. Giving them smoke. War with the city, your homie could die and it come with the streets. Be in the city with too many blickers, I know it can happen wherever we be. We in the trenches, there's too many niggas. Whatever I'm missing, my brody a peep.
Hey, listen to him, y'all. He finna break down the whole chart.
We be the who, don't really care who they clicking up with, it don't come as surprise. We done kill all of the ops, this shit ain't got drive. We wanna put belt on the gas, smirk is the voice. You heard what he said, some bullets behind it, we ain't finna tussle. Lil' Vernie sitting in that chair with 100 shot on him, y'all know what we callin' the muscle. DD a threat, ain't got no patience, wherever he catch you, that's where he gon' shoot it. Booney Mo say he ain't killing no more, cause he rich and he paying, not shorty to do it. Duty be chillin', but really the biggest Apollo with money is on your medulla. He get the loan, a nigga that pay for a hit, and he hop in the car with the shoe.
Damn. Shit. He said duty dropping lows and then getting the car with the shooter. Shit. God damn. Hey, Jam been plotting. Hey, Jam been plotting, goddamn it. He named all them. And they put the camera right in their faces. They saying their names and shit. Hey, Jam was prepared. Oh, y'all ain't pay me for them 3 killings? All right. Let me go ahead and make this song. Oh, that thing.
Yeah, I'm a shooter, I stay with a glitz. Somebody dying whenever I use it. Only be rapping to kill me a rapper, so phone number has something to put in their music.
Oh, yeah. Look, they're going down, man. This nigga say he be killing people. He killed people, so folks never had something to put in their music, man. Look, they're going to jail, man. That nigga say I kill me a rapper, so folks never had something to put in their music. He talking about Cash. Kill me a rapper. That's the rapper they killed, Cash. On everything, Jam went lit. I gotta rewind this shit, man. This shit right here is going in my documentary on Lil Durk, bro. This shit right here is crazy. This right here is crazy, bro. They talking about federal freestyle. Man, that ain't shit.
War with the city, your homie could die and it come with the streets. Be in the city with too many blickers, I know it can happen wherever we be. We in the trenches, it's too many niggas. Whatever I'm missing, my brody a peep. Shorty them that, get them alone, they come through the back and they don't have a key. Giving them smoke, war with the city, your homie could die and it come with the streets. Be in the city with too many blickers, I know it can happen wherever we be. We in the trenches, it's too many niggas. Whatever I'm missing, my brody a peep. Shorty them that, get them alone, they come through the back and they don't have a key. We be the who, don't really care who they clicking up with, it don't come as surprise. We done kill all of the ops, this shit ain't got drive. We wanna put belt on the gas, smirk is.
Okay, I'm finna break this shit down. He said we done killed all the ops. We finna go put belt on the guys. So it's safe to say that Jam was the one. Jam is the shooter. Hey, look, I'm finna break it down for y'all. Jam is the shooter on Lil Pab scene. Jam is the motherfucker who was riding around O Block with Booney Mo. Because they said PW1. Jam was the one who was in the threads with Zoo now. When they put Zoo name out there, that was Jam. They say PW1 was getting hot cars with Booney Mo. Yeah. Then he breaking this shit down, bruh. For sure. Jam was the one who was riding around O Block. They putting belt on the guys, man. That's fucked up, man. Hey, tell your kids, get out the streets, man. Say we done kill all the ops. We finna go put belt on the guys, man. Like shit. I gotta worry about the police, stick up kids, the hype's telling on me, and you finna kill me. Like hell no.
The voice, you heard what he said, some bullets behind it, we ain't finna tussle. Lil' Vernie sitting in that chair with 100 shot on him, y'all know what we callin' the muscle. DD a threat, ain't got no patience, wherever he catch you, that's where he gon' shoot it. Booney Mo say he ain't killing no more, cause he rich and he paying, not shorty to do it. Duty be chillin', but really the biggest Apollo with money is on your medulla. He get the loan, a nigga that pay for a hit, and he hop in the car with the shooter. Yeah, I'm a shooter, I stay with a glitz. Somebody dying whenever I use it. Only be rapping to kill me a rapper, so phone number has something to put in their music. Nigga, I lose it, don't give a fuck if you used to be gang, this shit to get litty. Only the family, we got enough money and guns to go on to war with the city.
Oh yeah, Lil Durk never supposed to told him to delete that shit. Lil Durk never soon they heard this shit, they supposed to say, nah, bruh. He say smirk is the threat. We ain't whatever he say, we ain't trying to tussle. You hear me? Like, nah, you gotta delete that shit, blood. Oh my mom, it sounds like you working, goddammit. Durk is a dumb individual, bruh. Durk a dumb motherfucker. He said, nigga, I lose it. Hey, everything the Fed said in the paperwork, Durk trying to kill O Block. That's how they know now. Now we know. He said they putting belt on the guys. The Jam explained everything in this song, bro. I promise you. We motherfuckers just be looking over shit, bro. Hey, everybody I know from Chicago, If you want to know something, all you gotta do is listen to their music, bro. They gonna tell on themselves. Hey, who killed what's the name them? All right, all we gotta do is watch these 3 pages. One of them gonna make a rap about it. Yeah, he named everybody, man. Hey, Bernie, you better start popping willies. You better burn the willie in that wheelchair. He said you the muscle, goddammit. Hey, they got rooms in jail for wheelchairs too. I'm telling you, they got special cells. You gonna have one of the biggest cells in jail. You ain't gonna have no 6x6. You gonna have a motherfucking 18x18. Your toilet gonna be in the next cell, goddammit. That's how big your cell gonna be, Bernie. On the first floor too. You're gonna be able to wheel right up to your bed. It's gonna be right on the level where you can just jump out your wheelchair and get in bed, brother. You better pop willies, man. Jam said you the muscle. He said you got 100 shot on you. That boy Jam crazy, man. Hey, but I can tell you this. Hold on, let me pull it up.
You don't pay big brand markups when you buy Aldi.
Let me pull this up real quick. I ain't trying to defend Jam or none of that, but Lil Durk was laughing at Jam though, bro. And if you go back street rules, Lil Durk never burnt Jam first. They ain't even give him no opportunity. They just called him a rat because they didn't want to help pay for no lawyer, bro. So oh, he a rat. And then they got everybody else to say it. So Jam like, fuck it. If I'm a rat, let me show you I'm a rat. On everything, let me show you. You hear me?
Your hair is thinning. Stop ignoring it.
Hey, look. Hold on, y'all. Listen to Lil Durk. Listen to him.
What is wrong with you? Man, my mama funny as hell. She talking about they ride 3 cars deep and woo this. Man, I'm like, man, I ain't trying to hear. She talking about, yeah, he asked for my number because he want to talk to you. Ain't nothing to talk about.
Who ran 3 cars deep? Hold on, y'all. This ain't the one. This ain't the one. Lil Durk.
Lil Durk and Boona leaked jail call surfaced and they sometimes I lead Lil Durk and Boona leaked jail call surfaced and they speak on OTF Jam.
And then the funny I called John. I talked to John like yesterday. I say, wow. He said, man, that nigga out they was scared anyway. I said, they ain't getting nothing. He said, hell no. I ain't feel right. He's looking at me like I ain't feel right anyway. I said, yeah. He like, nah, I ain't fuck with nothing. But
I just did something that's gonna piss them off. Yeah.
I already know. I know you did.
What?
I already know.
What?
Man, I already know, bro.
Yeah, what? Stop lying, man.
you say, look, I'm gonna get you in jail where your bitch ass at.
That's why Chirac humor leaked the shit.
Yeah.
I know already.
So I don't know if y'all can hear it, but in that video, Durk and Boona was telling Durk to pay Jam, and Durk said, I did him dirty, and he was saying he was laughing, bro. So I don't think he did Jam dirtier than how Jam finna do him, you know, cause Jam gonna come home one day. Durk ain't coming home. Jam probably got immunity, you know. If Jam got immunity for all them cases and he finna solve Cash case and everybody else they killed, the gas stations, Jam could say, hey, look, all them raps that Durk was rapping about, Jam could confirm all them murders, man. Like, for real. Durk should have paid for his lawyer, man. Just like with Marley and AJ. Lil Durk should have paid for their lawyers. But did he? No. He was supposed to send the lawyer down there. You know that they killed for your brother. You supposed to send the lawyer down there. I don't give a fuck if you son Duty Low to pay for the lawyer or you son somebody else. You should have paid for Marley and AJ lawyer, bro. And now you in trouble. So we're gonna go back to the paperwork now. All right, y'all. So Banks, hold on. I think I went too far. Photograph of Vine. Screenshots of music video with Wilson. I seen that one. Excerpt. Bank cell phone. PW. All right. All right. So this is where we left off at. Hey, smash that like button. Smash that like button, y'all. Make sure y'all subscribe to my channel, man. Check out all my videos, man. Make sure you join the membership too. And get my book from at Nene Marie 37 on Instagram. All right, y'all. So it says screenshot of videos for PW1 Federal Freestyle. That's Jam. Admit. Screenshot from Bank cell phone. Admit. Excerpt Wilson Instagram. Quando Rondo. Where y'all pipe was at, gang. Admit. To Wilson only with limited instructions. Excerpts of Banks and Wilson messages where Banks says GDK exclude. Excerpts from Instagram messages from Lindsay and Wilson from February 22nd, 2022 and March 18, 2022, omit. Excerpts of messages between Banks and manager, omit. Excerpt of CC4, co-conspirator 4 messages, replying to about TB, admit. Excerpt of CC4 messages, moot. So that means moot means that it can be argued. Excerpt of messages between Banks and co-conspirator 4 on August 19th and 20th, 2022, omit. Excerpt of messages between Banks and co-conspirator 4, omit. Excerpt of messages between Banks and co-conspirator 4, moot. Excerpt and messages between Banks and co-conspirator 4, moot. Excerpt and Banks between Banks and co-conspirator 4, moot. And then you got United States Court, Central District of California Criminal Minutes General. Excerpt of message between Banks and co-conspirator 4, moot. The same thing, co-conspirator 4, moot. Excerpt of messages between Banks and others involving ATF investigation, omitted, sanitized as discussed at the hearing unless defense wishes to put the messages in a different light. The decision is for the defense. Excerpt of messages and attachments, omit and revise. Excerpt of August 2023 messages between Banks and others, omit. Excerpt of April 2023 messages between PW1 and Booney Mo, include voice memo. Admit. Further, the court reaffirmed its prior ruling that that the voice memo is omitted. So that's letting us know that Booney Mo is coming in here somewhere. Booney Mo going to jail too. He going to jail, whether it's this or it's the white car, he gonna be inserted. You remember when the law say it's an ongoing investigation? That's what they mean, man. That mean at any time the feds could supersede Booney Mo and whoever the fuck else. Sound like they got a role to me in this motherfucker, but they ain't in jail. All right. So excerpt of messages between Banks and others, excerpt of the voice memo, excerpt of July 6, 2023 messages, Wilson. And then you got the other messages about guns, screenshots from Vine Instagram, PW1 handwritten note. So Jam wrote a note when he got in jail and said that he knew about bodies. He knew about the murders. So Lil Ted, PW1, that ain't Lil Ted, because even though Lil Ted had said he knew about bodies, they said the person wrote a note. And so now we know that Jam wrote a note to the police. He wrote a note and said that he knew about the bodies. And that's how they got him. Let me see. That's it. Is that all? Yup, that would be all, y'all. That would be all for that. And only ones including in this is Lindsay, Banks. Is Houston involved with this? Nope. Nope, Houston ain't involved, man. Durk Banks motion, Dontrell Wilson motion, and I see defending Lindsay. I don't see OTF Boogie up in here either. Yeah. Boogie ain't up in here, y'all. Y'all can see it right there on the screen. Y'all can see it right there on the screen y'allself. It say U.S. versus defendants. Number 2, DeAndre Wilson. Number 4 is Dave and Brian Lindsay. And number 6 is Durk. Ain't nothing in between that space. That space clear, man. Durk got a lot of motherfucking problems, man. On that, I don't know what's going on with Boogie though, but you know this trial now, bro. Like your lawyer, either he know what's going on or you finna get hung anyway. You hear me? Hey, bro, I got a million stories. Don't ask me what's next after Durk. Before Durk was doing that, when I just debunking stories and shit, nigga, I got a million stories. A million. On some real shit, bro. I know all the people, bro. I could tell you stories that started off violent and ended good. You know, success stories. I know some of them too. I know people who stepped on shit. Now they got churches and own half of the low end. You know, you ain't heard nothing yet, bro. Just fall back and sit back and relax. Hey, run this place and see how long he been on here. Boogie OTF. Oh, now Boogie ain't OTF. Now Boogie ain't OTF, huh? All right, so I know some of y'all want to see Trap Lord Ross said, but the truth is, I got on academics a whole year and a half ago, almost 2 years ago. I got on academics, and I was on academics, and I was telling them that it was jam, and they was like, "Nah, man, how you know it's jam?" And I'm like, "Man, look, the BDs told me that it was jam, man. His block, Brain Dead, and Lamb, everybody told me that it was jam, man. They like, man, it's jam, bro. It's jam, man." And shit, it was him. But let's see what Trap Lord Ross talking about. Smash that like button, y'all.
You can plan custom. Okay, so look, I'm here outside the federal courthouse, all right? This is the second video that I'm actually now making on the information that came out today. And if you saw the last video, you'll know that some pretty crazy stuff came out in court regarding OTF Jam. Now, I just told you that he basically apparently told the feds that he, obviously now he's cooperating, it's been official he's cooperating. He's saying that he was at the music video shoot for the song, Block Is Hot with Dee Dee, and that Durk and a bunch of other guys took him into the bathroom and basically said to him, bro, you need to chill on committing these murders because you are literally making the block hot. The title of the song is Block Is Hot, and you're making the block hot with all these extra murders. Now, he basically is going to tell them a whole bunch of stuff, and what I'm going to tell you in this video is just about a whole bunch of like back and forths that went down, where basically like it's very overwhelming evidence that like Lil Durk was seemingly, you know, funding this get back for Von. There was a bunch of evidence for, you know, getting stolen cars, getting get back for Von, O-Block not going hard enough for getting back for Von, Durk talking about transporting guns, just a bunch of really incriminating evidence that really, a lot of it connects to OTF Jam, and it is pretty interesting, and we're going to hear about how OTF Jam was included in OTF, and basically the argument being made that like OTF Jam was actually like included in OTF and being given money up front in the hopes that in future he might commit crimes and murders for Durk. So set aside the fact that what I told you in the last video is that when they did the Block Is Hot music video, they took Jam into the bathroom and told him, yo, you need to slow down on all these extra murders. You doing extra assignments that we ain't really putting you onto here, which in itself is pretty incriminating. But the next stuff I'm about to tell you is pretty crazy, okay? So what ended up happening following on from my last video, they kept going through various exhibits, kind of going over different things that Durk's defense wanted kind of stricken off and ruled out, and the prosecution wanted included. And the judge was basically giving both sides an opportunity to argue their respective points, and then pretty much not necessarily making a ruling. I know a lot of people got on my case about the judge basically says what he's going to do before he does it. He says his feelings, he says what his plans are, and then he puts it in writing within a couple of days. Okay, so before anyone says, oh, that didn't, I'm going to tell you what the judge said, and you're gonna get the gist. You're gonna get an impression of the types of rulings that he's gonna make. So they moved on to evidence 184 and 183, and they basically said 183 is kind of part of the gang component, and the judge says, look, everything's kind of rising and falling on the gang stuff. You guys put in a lot of stuff late. I severed the indictment, and really I'm trying to avoid anything that's related to this BDGD gang war that was going on in Chicago, because this is about Lil Pab, Quando Rondo, Lil Tim, a bunch of guys from Savannah who were having a music industry beef with King Von. It was nothing to do with the GDBD gang war. So what ended up happening there is the government were basically saying Exhibit 183 is a clip or an image that basically shows Didi making gang signs. And they said that their confidential witness number one, who we now know as OTF Jam, will basically say that this is a sign dissing the GDs. It's probably GDK, all right? If you know GDK, it's the pitchforks upside down. I'm not going to do it to disrespect anyone, okay? I'm not affiliated with anyone. But you know the hand sign. King Von used to do it non-stop. You know when people be doing the little broken love heart emoji? That's low-key GDK. I'm not going to lie to you with a thumb sticking out. Anyway, all right, you get the gist. So the judge basically said, look, how does this GDK gang sign, how does that tie in to the motive for stalking and murdering, attempting to murder Quando Rondo and murdering his cousin Lil Pab? How does that relate? This isn't about the GDBD gang war. And they said, look, that sign doesn't relate to this specific, the judge said that sign doesn't relate to this specific conspiracy, so what's the purpose? And the government clapped back. They basically said, look, the gang piece in 183rd, it basically gives a motive. We all types of motorbikers coming by. Motorbikers are active. It's active outside the courthouse today. I'm not going to lie, it's popping. But they basically explained, okay, that like, in their opinion, they said, look, King Von is a prominent, feared black disciple. He was a real black disciple legend, right? He was BD crazy, okay? They didn't say that, but that's what they would say in Chirology. But basically said, look, that's why King Von's status as king of BDs on King David, all right, on King Von, he was so important that they needed to get back. It didn't matter that the GDs didn't kill Von. He was so respected for their own honor, they needed to get back and get revenge on King Von. That's what was going on, all right? So after that went down, the judge basically said, well, if that was so important, why are you just bringing this up now? You're a little bit late to the party on bringing up this information. And then after that, the prosecution basically said, we did bring it up with an expert witness a year ago. You guys are overlooking that. They basically said, look, this piece of information, this is what makes this senseless crime make sense. They said Durk being a multi-millionaire rap star who's doing songs with Drake, him sending a hit squad doesn't make sense unless you factor in the fact that King Von was his like best friend. He had signed him musically, and that his status as the king of the BDs on King David was needed to be defended. They needed to defend his honor. The only thing that makes a millionaire.
Hey, man, you know what crazy thing about it, though, man? The BDs put pressure on Lil Durk, bro. The BDs in the city, bro. That's why Lil Durk was cornered in on 59th. Every time you see Lil Durk, he on 59th. He was cornered in because they wanted him to get back. And now he got get back and lost their motherfucking thing. Now these niggas talking about free Smurf. Y'all ain't shit, man. I swear to God, y'all ain't shit, man. Talking about free him now. Y'all could have told him, nah, bro, hey, Durk, fuck them niggas. Don't go and get no get back. Them niggas arguing about some bitches, man.
A rapper like Lil Durk throw his whole life away sending a hit squad a day's notice to a whole nother state is King Von's status. It makes sense to me. So active out here. So after that, all right, I'm going to have to yell over this thing, man. It's crazy. So after that, the judge basically said, well, look, 183 and 184, it kind of is like, based on my view that this is a part of the gang theory. He said that seems most relevant. He said, what are the dates for Seen It All and the Federal Freestyle? Other songs and music videos that you guys are trying to include? And they said January 2023 was the Federal Freestyle, same as 182. They said OTF Jam is going to give the best estimate to when the videos for these songs were filmed. I don't know if they might have got that a little bit wrong, because I swear Federal Freestyle was on OTF's Loyal Bros 2 album, and I'm pretty sure that came out on December 16th. But obviously the music video came out later, so that might be the point of contention there. But anyway, I don't know. I'm just a chirologist over here. But anyway, after that, they said that OTF Jam would be given the best estimate of when those videos were filmed. They said that participating witness one was seen in the Federal Freestyle. Obviously, that's how we know it's OTF Jam. They're saying PW1 was seen in Federal Freestyle. Federal Freestyle's his song. It's a solo song that they put on the OTF group album. So the fact that he...
We need to save time!
Here.
What just happened?
I just saved time.
Like buying a car in Carvana. It was all online. Got pre-qualified instantly. Great terms. Save time and buy.
They confirm it's Jam. Jam's the only one on Federal Freestyle. There's other people in the video, but it's his song, right? And Jam basically said he felt like if he didn't participate in the murder of Savia Robinson and the stalking of Quando Rondo, he didn't feel like he would have been included in these opportunities. He wouldn't be given his own song on the Loyal Bros album, Federal Freestyle, and a whole music video for it if he hadn't participated in this murder. He said the prosecution said there's a criminal component to OTF. The gang signs show this. This is very important. So Didi's lawyer would jump in. He would basically say, look, you weren't supposed to include gang signs. The judge basically cut him off, said, look, I know that GDK is a reference to taunting the GDs. I know what that's all about. They said the messages between Durk and others, it references GDK, and it kind of goes against the theory that rap beef was fake for promo. They basically said, look, the prosecution basically said, look, Durk's team, they're going to get up there and have an expert witness say, oh, rap beef's all fake. They're all doing it for money. It's WWE wrestling shit. And basically, the prosecution are going to say, well, Durk's in messages talking about GDK. He big GDK. He GD killer. Doesn't sound, he's in his private messages. Doesn't sound like a made up rap beef if he in his private group chats talking about he big GD killer and all this kind of stuff. So after that, Brian Steele took the stand on this. He said this is totally prejudicial. He gave a bunch of case law and cases involving gang involvement as being prejudicial, and the judge basically was like, okay, I've heard enough. I'll take it under consideration. He didn't make it clear which way he was going to go on that one, but he said he was going to consider it. So after that, we were looking at evidence number 220. The judge basically said, I previously suggested that the voice memo should come in. This was really interesting. This could be a W for Durk. But he said, but I didn't realize how long after the murder this voice memo was recorded. Now, the prosecution said the court ruled that this was probative. We're allowed to include this. And the judge said, well, yeah, but not if it's a million years after the murder. Now, I thought that was a little bit, no disrespect to the judge, but it's like a little bit facetious to be like, oh yeah, it was, oh well, if it's a million years. It's not a million years, but it's like around a year, around 1 year. A million years is crazy. We're getting into the future. SpaceX got data centers on the moon. Like, that's not when we're talking about. A million years is crazy. But obviously, you know, the judge is a straight shooter. He talks straight, and I get why he said that, but it was almost a little bit like, all right, come on now. It's not no million years. It's a year, just under a year, really. Can you open that for me, please? Thank you. So basically, nice one. I'm just gonna have a little sip on the Gatorade now. I've run out of amino energy. They basically said, the prosecution said, well, look, Jam was first recruited for the murder. And this was interesting. He said he was recruited by Booney Mo. And apparently Booney Mo said to Jam directly, Blood, in reference to Durk, Blood wants to fly you out. Now, that's a little bit of a pause. I'm not going to lie. So Jam getting flown out by Durk. He ain't getting flown out like some of these other people getting flown out by Durk. They're saying that Booney Mo recruited him to get flown out for this murder, and he's going to testify to that. That's bad. So the voice note was apparently Booney Mo later saying that Blood, in reference to Lil Durk, wants to put money in the hood for sliders. Now, I'm not going to lie to you. He a multi-millionaire rapper. They talking about he doing songs with Drake. Him holding money doesn't mean anything. Well, why is there a voice note of people saying that he wants to put money in the hood for sliders? Like, that's not really a great look. So they're basically saying that Booney is actually speaking on behalf of Lil Durk. They're saying that he directed these sliders, these stolen cars, to be purchased for the specific purpose of committing crimes. They're saying that Durk is the one exercising control over the group and the individuals in it. And they're saying that this text is basically context for the voice note that is going to be put forward. And the government said, look, we can trim it down if it's too long. And the judge said, look, if it's not if 220 should be admitted, it's if the voice note should actually join the exhibit. And the defense said, look, this is inadmissible. It was taken in April 2023. So the judge talking about if it's a million years after, April 2023, that's less than a year, right? Like, what's that? Like, it was in August, so that's what, 8 months after? That's 8 months and a million years is definitely two big differences. But anyway, I'm gonna leave the judge alone because he seemed like a real straight shooter. But from there, they basically explain that, like, they're just assuming that Doody Low is referring to Durk when he says Blood, but he's saying that these guys refer to each other as Blood all the time. They're saying this has nothing to do with the case, and it's interesting, right? Because they're low-key snitching on themselves. They keep on saying, oh, these messages, they're not about the murder, they're about drug dealing. They're getting at each other, they're messaging each other about, like, little drug deals and little trap houses that they've got going on. It's like, okay, cool, but you guys copping out to a different crime? And also, I just find it hard to believe. What, you need sliders for drug dealing? How many people say they're going to go slide and sell some drugs? That's not how it works. Do you want to go slide? We're going to go slide on the ops and sell them drugs. That's not what happens. But anyway, they're going to try their best. So after that, we kind of saw a little bit more stuff kind of go down. And we basically kind of got some more information, but pretty much just kind of went to, you know, whether or not the judge should kind of stick to the ruling. And basically he kind of talked about the timing, whether there would be anything kind of, basically the defense said, look, they agree, it would be nothing to do with the conspiracy, and like the timing really doesn't matter, but like, this kind of didn't really make sense, because the prosecution basically said, look, we're not going to get into this whole idea that they were drug dealers, that they were trapping, that they were selling drugs. Like, that's not relevant. There's no accusation that they were selling drugs. It's not a drug case. It's not a drug trafficking case. That's not what's going on. They basically just said what's key is that Booney Mo is recruiting people, especially OTF Jam, for specific purposes.
All right, y'all. So let me stop it here. So now we got to go back to the first superseding indictment when they said that co-conspirator number 5 and Lil Durk recruited OTF Jam recruited number 2, some for number 2. So that means Booney Mo is number 5. Co-conspirator number 5. That's the final answer. Booney Mo is number 5. Booney Mo is co-conspirator number 5. That's the final answer now. I just put it together. They said that Banks and co-conspirator number 5 called for Jam. Trap Lord Ross just said that Booney Mo hired Jam. So Booney Mo is co-conspirator number 5. That's the final answer, man. That's the final answer. The feds ain't got to say it. Well, why is co-conspirator number 5 ain't in there? Booney Mo locked up right now. No, co-conspirator number 5, it got to be Booney Mo. If Booney Mo the one who hired Jam and called for Jam and told Jam that Durk sent for you. That's what they said in the paperwork that co-conspirator number 5 did. Go back and read it.
To participate in this conspiracy. That's what they're alleging, okay? And then the judge basically said, well, look, okay, but it's up to the defense. But like, this kind of didn't really make sense, because the prosecution basically said, look, we're not going to get into this whole idea that they were drug dealers, that they were trapping, that they were selling drugs. Like, that's not relevant. There's no accusation that they were selling drugs. It's not a drug case. It's not a drug trafficking case. That's not what's going on. They basically just said what's key is that Booney Mo is recruiting people, especially OTF Jam, for specific purposes to participate in this conspiracy. That's what they're alleging, okay? And then the judge basically said, well, look, okay, but it's up to the defense to decide what this is really about. Like, that's really what's going on with this. And they said that, you know, the prosecution basically said, look, the reference to sliders, it refers to stolen cars. It's kind of like a whole thing where basically, you know, they're trying to get their stolen cars to commit crimes with. They're saying that this connects to the LA sliders. They said we need to get some sliders in LA to, you know, basically go and commit crimes with. That's what's going on. And so after that, the prosecution would move on to Exhibit 10, and they basically would say,
Target acquired.
Hey, Dreg TV, real talk, low end, baby. You know, I'm a project baby, bro. I sucked in everything, man, that the white people told me. I seen the slimiest gang members do. The dope fiends, the crackheads, I listened to them. That's how I learned how to do drywall. My mama was out doing crack somewhere. I see the housing people. I asked, can I help carry the thing up? They pay me. They bringing the drywall up. I help them up. They show me how to, they put a hole in it and show me how to patch that motherfucker up. I soaked up everything, man. So I ain't let nobody, you know, take advantage of the kindness, man, that I give out, bro. Like, when you get to the top, you're supposed to help pull people up. You're supposed to share things and shit like that for people, you know, because you at the top. Somebody got to do it if they're at the top. But you can't stab a motherfucker in their back and then be like, share this. Like, get the fuck out of here. Is you serious? Hey, but look, though, what I was about to say is Jam and Vonnie, like I told y'all from day one, Jam and Vonnie about to slam, they about to earth Lil Durk. They about to knock Lil Durk off his feet, bro. I'm telling you, bro. Lil Durk said he fell down to his knees when the law came. He finna fall out when Jam and Vonnie get off that stand. He finna fall out. Cause he finna get life in prison. I told y'all this shit, bro. I don't hate Lil Durk. It's just that when you got the killers, the people who killed the motherfucker saying that, oh, I did it for Lil Durk, it's over with, bro. Like, it's over with. Like, ain't nothing else. And then you got another motherfucker who rode on a plane with you saying the same thing. Yeah, I did it for Lil Durk. You ain't getting out of that shit, man. Shout out to Tacoma, Washington, man. Shout out to Tacoma, man. Shout out to Tacoma, bro. I've been to Tacoma, man, for a couple of days, man, till my little cousin them said, oh, man, the ops said they finna come shoot up my crib, drop me off at the Greyhound, nigga. I ain't come up here to run from no ops, shit. I just left Chicago because, shit, I thought it was some ops. I come up here, y'all talking about some, yeah, I hear this girl, man, he about to come and kill me, man, shit. Take me back to the Greyhound. I ain't about to let no nigga from Tacoma, Washington kill me, shit. And I don't even know him, I'm up out of here. After they shoot up the crib, or if they don't shoot up the crib about 3-6 months, I'll come back, y'all. They're like, damn, cuz, you about to bounce? They thought I was finna be on some Chicago shit. Where they at? Let's go and slide on them. Hell no. Slide me back to the Greyhound.
Blue diode secured.
Activating RGB.
This is weird. I might have written this down wrong, but basically I've written Exhibit 10, but I think maybe that includes several things, but they said 219 is a piece of evidence that is incredibly important. They basically said this is an admission of the murder from Durk to Dee. And what's interesting about that is the judge actually said, look, I haven't actually read this one yet. The judge says that they haven't kind of got around to this one yet, but, you know, explain it. Let me know what's going on with that. So after that, the prosecution said, well, look, the life of the conspiracy is key. The conspiracy never ended. They're saying witnesses in the exhibits will show that the conspiracy will not end. It did not end. They were conspiring to do this shit for quite some time. It was like a very, very obvious thing that they were doing this conspiracy, and they was going to keep this covered up as long as they possibly could. Now, after that, the judge said, look, we can't have the same argument over and over and over again 5 times. I'm going to rule on the length of the conspiracy later on. And then the prosecution basically said, well, look, in 219, this is what it shows. It shows that Durk and OTF were basically upset with the Von set of the BDs. They didn't say O-Block, but I'm assuming that they're talking about O-Block. And what I think that they were doing in that case is that they were basically explaining that, like, O-Block wasn't sliding for Von. Like, that's basically what's going on there. And so, like, it kind of makes sense to me that, you know, they basically said they were mad at O-Block for not getting revenge for Von. They said that there was communication between Dee and others where they discussed O-Block beefing with other people and, like, you know, basically just, like, the disrespect that was leveled towards King Von. So, like, with that, they basically kind of like were talking about, like, you know, the beef that O-Block were having with people. They said, you know, it was an admission, right? They said that Durk said, oh, they're leaving all of the sliding up to us. And, you know, basically the defense said that this has nothing to do with the case. All right, this opens up the door to like a gang sideshow that they described it as. They called it a gang sideshow, which I just thought was like a little bit random, okay? But, oh man. So basically, right, like this gang sideshow that I don't really have any kind of like understanding of, but that's what they said. They said it was opening it up to a gang sideshow. So after that, they moved on to talking about Exhibit 10. And in Exhibit 10, the judge basically said, why is this needed? What is the purpose of this? What is the relevance of this? And from there, they basically said, look, the prosecution said, look, we can sanitize Exhibit 10. We can basically like, you know, show like a smaller segment of it. We can kind of like break this down in kind of separate detail and basically like show officers arriving on the scene after the shooting. It's going to be like footage of what was going on with that. And they basically say that they plan to like, you know, get this kind of says that the first responders were planning to get Pab out of the vehicle. They're going to show like body cam from the first responders that were at the scene, taking little Pab out of the vehicle. Quando Rondo reacting. Obviously, this is the infamous clip where we know that he's like screaming, no, no. And you know, we've seen that on TMZ. We've seen that going around a bunch of places. It says that they'll be calling the deputy that was kind of on the scene as a witness in this case. And basically, the defense, specifically Brian Steele, then got up and talked and explained that this was as prejudicial as it could be. They said that they're begging for sympathy. They said that, you know, this is a clip of a guy in a pool of blood. And the judge said, well, what exhibits did the defense actually even care about at this point? And there, the defense would basically say that, look, we care about 116, social media posts from Von showing the text between Durk and a co-conspirator, improper character evidence that was putting them in a bad light as a killer, basically just like making them look bad. So after that, what we then heard was there were like exhibits. They basically said, look, Von isn't available to testify. How are you doing? You part of the video?
No. What video?
So like
Hey, Trap Lord Ross, he trying to grab those cheeks. Trap Lord Ross, you know what he want. Don't try to act like y'all ain't been together before. Trap Lord Ross, hey, he gonna try to act like he ain't never seen dude before. Let me find out you on that Adam 23 shit. That's crazy, man. Dude ain't just standing behind you for no reason, bro. Like, ain't no nigga just gonna post up behind me and I don't know him. He ain't my homie. He ain't my friend or none of that. He just posted up. Talking about some. He say, what, you want to be part of the video? Hell no. He got an Andrew Cunanan, a Johnny Versace behind him, man.
The exhibit's basically kind of like, they said that the defense, sorry, my bad. So it was the prosecution that said, the prosecution said, well, the exhibit's material showed a lot of intent. They basically said that there were texts with co-conspirator 3. They told him that Von would be out in the streets for revenge if Durk died. So basically they're saying that.
Hey, I ain't gonna lie, bro. I would have stopped the video. I would have paused that motherfucker. Hey, bro, you got to move around, bro. At least step in front of me or to the side or something, bro. You can't be behind me, bro. He measuring up Trap Lord Ross. Hey, Trap Lord Ross, you finna get violated outside a federal court building. That's crazy. Is that federal charges? He got essayed on the federal property. That'll be crazy, bro. And then it'll be crazy if he Savage Life Trap Lord Ross. Remember what you said about my cousin? And then Savage Life him. Pull out a deal dong. You hear me? Slide it up, Trap Lord Ross cheeks. That'll be crazy. That'll be crazy, mate. Hey, what Trap Lord Ross would be saying? No, mate. You a little bit too rough, mate. Yeah, he got a sugar bear behind him, man. Andrew Cunanan, man. The guy who killed Johnny Versace, bro. No, dude dead, though, but yeah.
Apparently there was back and forth messages saying that, look, if Durk got killed, Von would have been sliding every day. It would have been slide for Durk and they would have slid. And basically there was intent to murder. They were planning to get revenge. And the judge basically said, cool, I'm going to look over 116. I'm going to let you know about that. So that was pretty crazy. Okay, that was pretty crazy. So that is kind of that. After that, they were looking at Exhibit 120. And that was basically co-conspirator number 3 that had apparently sent Exhibit 119 as well. And the judge basically said, Durk is mocking the reaction of Quando Rondo at the scene. You know, where he was screaming, no! And they basically said, why isn't 120 the link between these things? And the defense basically said, look, the link, it's not responded to, it's not relevant. They're basically saying that somebody messaged Durk and sent him like the footage and the details of Quando at the scene screaming, no, after all of that stuff happened. So after that, they're basically saying there was no evidence who sent it. They're not putting forward like who sent it, what the details about this were, and pretty much they were just trying to say that, like, look, Durk wasn't in there. Someone messaged Durk basically in a group chat talking about, oh, Quando was at the screen screaming no, and Durk didn't really want no parts of it. Durk didn't really say nothing about it. So after that, all right, basically from there, the judge would say, look, I don't understand why you think this was hearsay. It's a verbal act that somebody else made. And the defense said, well, look, if there's an inference that it's mocking, if there's an inference.
Hey, man, I was wondering why Trap Lord Ross was talking fast, man. Dude sizing up his ass cheeks, man. He tried to motherfucking Trap Lord Ross trying to get through this shit. All you hear is, mate. Mate. Yeah, they say mate. Then he got to turn around there once in a while to make sure dude ain't behind him. With that homie don't play that sock. Dude look like he got some shit on the napkin that he could just put on Trap Lord Ross' nose and he fall out. And then he dragged Trap Lord Ross in the federal bushes.
The message was mocking Quando Rondo. It's prejudicial to Durk. Someone sending him the message talking about no with no response. It's not really relevant. So there was kind of more of these little incriminating things that were brought up in these group chats. They was trying to say,
to be honest, sometimes I actually have no idea what's going on until I open Monday.com and boom.
that there was a text between Durk and a co-conspirator talking about transportation of pipes. So obviously that's guns, right? Pipes is gun. We know what pipes is. And they're basically saying that this was all the way back in December 2020, before the conspiracy had started. And they said that the defense was trying to say this is 404B. It's nothing to do with the case. It's prejudicial. And then the judge basically said, look, understandably, like, you have to try your best to kind of get this evidence thrown out. But why wouldn't I admit this, since it corroborates what PW2 says? And the defense said, well, PW2 doesn't reference this specific statement. The only time they mention is in reference to the May 2021 shooting in Blackshear. And the prosecution said, look, this is incredibly corroborative. Durk is directing actions of the gang. He's showing knowledge of what's going on. And the judge basically went on to say, look,
Hey, it's crazy though, because if Travelor Ross had eyes in the back of his head, he'll see dude blowing bubbles and everything, bro, with the bubble gun, bro. I would have had to punch him out, man. I ain't gonna need a lie. Hey, look, I ain't got nothing against no community, but you ain't finna be behind me while I'm doing a news report, popping bubbles and shit, man. Like, come on, guy. Travelor Ross, you got to get a little bit more gangster than that, bro. Just imagine if a gang member caught you who you did a report about. You gonna be in the bushes with that ding dong.
let you know, all right? And then they talked about the Red Man music video. The defense were basically saying that they object to all music videos. They were saying that this is art, not evidence. That phrase has been brought up a lot in Young Thug's trial as well. They kind of brought up the same thing. So in addition to that, they basically said that we object to all music videos. It's prejudicial clip. There's no allegations that Durk fired a firearm. The imagery of Durk shooting in the music video is completely prejudicial. And unless the jury is interested in the person in the video being, sorry, my bad. So then the judge says, well, unless the jury is interested in the person in the video being a lookalike, he kind of flipped it on him and said, well, yeah, it's prejudicial unless the jury think it's interesting that he's out there with a lookalike. And then the defense said no one will testify that it's prejudicial. And then the prosecution basically said, look, the individual that gets executed in the Red Man music video, he's a lookalike, he's identical to Quando, and he's wearing the same outfit that Lil Tim was wearing when he killed King Von. And then the judge just said, yeah, it's admitted. That's it. So that was some of the most damning evidence that was kind of presented today. They went back and forth about it. But basically, after that, there was an absolute bombshell that was dropped. I've already let you guys know about that on Instagram, but I'm going to do kind of like a bigger breakdown of this new piece of evidence because it's crazy. It involves Wack 100 and 6ix9ine. I'm not saying they're telling. I'm not saying that they're cooperating on this case, but what I am saying is that they are basically being mentioned. And apparently things that Wack and 6ix9ine had said actually did have a direct effect on Durk's mind state when he allegedly organized this murder for hire. So I'm going to explain that to you guys in a different video.
Hey, man. Hey, this all I'm saying, man. Motherfuckers can't blame 6ix9ine or Wack 100, man. These niggas flew on the airplane. Somebody should have said, hey, look, bro, that's TSA, that's federal. Ain't nobody think about none of that, even Durk. He shouldn't even have to say, hey, look, don't book no flights in my name. That sound dumb as hell. Don't even book no flights. That's what he's supposed to say. So when they said, hey, we got Quando Rondo them. But Lil Durk couldn't say don't book no flights because he the motherfucker who got the low and told them. And had him and Booney Mo. Booney Mo number 5, man. I don't care what nobody say. Booney Mo number 5, bro. If you go back to the paperwork, it's in the overacts. It say Banks and co-conspirator number 5. Matter of fact, co-conspirator number 5 tell him. Because co-conspirator number 5 said that Durk had $1 million on Quando Rondo them. He had money on them, $600,000. Co-conspirator number 5 said that, and co-conspirator number 5 said that him and Banks called Jam. And Travelor Ross just said it, that they said that Booney Mo called Jam and said Durk needs you in California to go on a hit. On everything, bro. Academics all up in there. They got to give up. Academics got money, though. He ain't got to give up no footage. Vlad don't give up no footage. I know for a fact Vlad don't give up no footage. He ain't getting up shit. Vlad gonna go to court with you. Whatever you got, if you take it off your screen and shit, then you got that evidence. But Vlad ain't getting you not no jumper. Adam 22 getting up everything. He getting up the original copy, the old copy, the new copy. He getting up every motherfucking thing. He ain't playing. He gonna let you know I ain't losing my sescapade for you.
But I'm done for now. I will see you guys next time. Thank you for watching.
Yeah, man. It's crazy, man. It's crazy that Lil Durk, that they needed 8 motherfuckers to go down there and kill one person, bro. Like, that's crazy, bro. Y'all need a motherfucker 30 people in the business to know that y'all finna go and kill one person, bro. Like, that's crazy. What happened to the killers that just walk up to the con and then run off? One killer. They got 8 motherfuckers, 2 cars trailing. Like Quando Rondo them carrying assault rifles or something. That's California. You can't have no gun in California.
It's a mindset.
On everything. Unless you some top security, some top notch ass motherfucker, you really can't carry no gun,
Something
bro.
can't be done. We're here to build.
Yeah, that's too many motherfuckers to know that y'all about to go and kill somebody.
A federal judge has ruled that whatever evidence they found in Lil Durk's phone can be used.
Eventually, somebody gonna get bumped off for a gun and say, "Hey, look, I know about a murder." And then they ain't even killed. They ain't even killed the right person, bro. That's what's crazy. Lil Durk and them shot at him 3 times in Atlanta. They missed all 3 times in Atlanta and missed the 4th time in California. After the 2nd time, bro, I would have been like, man, fuck that. Leave him alone, bro. Let him do shows, bro. We'll catch him on a rebound because we gonna get caught trying to get him, bro. But you see how God protected Quando Rondo? Not a scratch, man. He lost his cousin, but not a scratch, bro. He here to live to tell the story. Now, when he write his book, how Durk and them try to assassinate him, it's gonna be a bestseller. Watch, see what I tell y'all. In 10 years from now, he ain't gonna always be no rapper. He gonna rap about that day when his friend got killed. I mean, he gonna write about that day when his friend got killed. He gonna be a millionaire off that book. He gonna make more off that book with Lil Durk on that motherfucker front of it. On everything. Call that motherfucker murder for hire. He gonna be a millionaire.
Used. He tried to suppress it. The judge said no. And apparently the internet is going crazy over a message that Durk allegedly sent to either Quando Rondo or Quando Rondo's people about making peace, a peace treaty, squashing the beef. Allegedly, Durk wasn't with it. A few months ago, I realized I was probably overpaying for car insurance, and it was like every year the price just seemed to go up.
Hey, you all good, think quick. You all good, man. You all good. Hey, think quick, all good, man. Yeah, they just on your trail, man. They just following you, bro. That's how my mods is. They on your ass, brother. You gotta pass the test, man. Hey, don't take it personal, man. See, that's what I'm saying, bro. You supposed to know. The bitch told us that. Don't take it personal. Doom, doom, doom. Just one of them days. You hear me? Don't take it personal, baby. I wish everybody could hear the old music that we used to listen to, man, when I was a kid, bro. Motherfuckers will understand life a little bit more better. Just listen to the old music, bro. Like they used to teach us shit. Everything was a lesson back then. You don't learn shit now, but who spent, who shot, who got many hats? Like that's all they rap about and sing about. Even the singers singing about it.
Up and up without me even questioning it. And insurance companies count on that. They don't expect you to see if there's anything cheaper out there. Then I found this site called Smarter Auto, and it took me like 2 minutes to check before to suppress the phone evidence, meaning prosecutors can use all evidence obtained from the seized phone against him. Keep in mind, the feds stated they were only able to obtain 4 screenshots and haven't been able to hack into the actual phone. So what they have might not be that much. But the bigger news story is prosecutors allege Quando Rondo affiliate tried to squash beef with Lil Durk, who replied, "Take the piece of this switch." according to new documents. And instead of just reading all this, I'm gonna let Trap break it down.
All right, so the feds just got a bunch of Lil Durk's messages, and it's very, very bad. I'm sorry, but we're going to have to go back to saying Durk's cooked because this is devastating. Apparently, Quando Rondo or one of his associates, they're saying in the paperwork one of his associates, but if you remember, there was some leaked texts going around where apparently, allegedly, Quando Rondo...
Stay safe. Come on, cuz you know me. I ain't fearing shit, but we could dead this shit. Fuck the social media shit. Let's talk this out in person. No one else, just us. Do a show. You good, folks. I don't believe that, big bro. What you want? What's your number? Call me. Like I said, cuz stay safe. Fuck it then. I'm ready for whatever. We can talk shit out or it's whatever because I want to dead this shit. This shit got me losing money. Allegedly, Durk is telling Quando, stay safe. Quando, and this is typed how Quando talk. Come on, cuz you know me. I ain't fearing shit, but we could dead this shit. And Durk saying, do a show. You good, folks. Basically, like, yeah, do a show. I dare you. You see what happens. And he did the show, and he got shot at right after.
It was in Durk's DM.
The lifelong resident number 4. Hey, man, I ain't gonna lie, bro. I told you. The person who told me that it was Jam from day one when Durk got locked up and say it's Jam telling. You hear me? They told me right away. The same person told me only one that was $1 million worth of game. I'm gonna say it one more time. They said only person was at $1 million worth of game because they said that co-conspirator 2, which is Jam, 3, which is the manager who flew them out. Co-conspirator 4 is from California. They said that bruh 900 bruh and his manager. They said they was the only 2 people from California, man. So pick one. That's all I know, man. The same person who told me it was Jam, I asked him. He was at $1 million worth of game. I said, bro, you was at $1 million worth of game? He said, hell yeah. He said Zoo was there too. He said Zoo was there. We ain't see Zoo. We ain't see none of these people. That's why I got to asking him. And he was like, yeah, Zoo was there. He was like, Zoo came late, but he was there. I say, so who was there from California? Because they said it's a lifelong resident. And he was like, 900 bruh. And dude, on everything. That's what he said, Joe. He was there at the $1 million worth of game, bro. So he know who was there. He know who was there from Tay-Town, Lamron, and he know who the fuck from California. The eyeball. You know, you could be in Chicago, but I could tell that you from Florida, Memphis. I could tell that you from somewhere else just by you opening your fucking mouth. You ain't from here, you know.
Pleading with him to squash the beef. But anyway, all right, regardless of exactly, we don't know if those are completely real, but apparently in a group chat with a bunch of Durk's co-conspirators, Coco number 4, Coco number 5, other people on the case, after these alleged attempts from Quando Rondo's side to try and squash the beef, a peace treaty was demanded. Durk said in that group chat, like a ruthless gangster kingpin, this is like something out of Scarface, he said, make peace. Take a piece of the switch. He said you can get a piece of the switch, bro. Unbelievable, bro. This guy's a real life mob boss. What can I say? Like, this is the way that he is talking, okay? It's devastating. So the feds have just released a few more of his text messages. They've also announced some big updates. And look, everybody that was saying that I was capping the other day when I said that Lil Durk's phone evidence was going to be allowed, yes, the judge hadn't signed it off, but I heard in court with my own ears, the judge said that he was going to allow Durk's phone evidence to be used. He even said, look, if you need more time to go over it, if Durk's defense need more time to go over it,
Bro, what who the fuck y'all know that's showing up to the court taking his own note? Man, if y'all don't like and subscribe to Trap Lord Ross, if y'all don't go follow right now,
can push that evidence towards the end of the trial and he would make his ruling official later on. But I told you guys that the judge was going to allow the phone. People were talking. Look, everyone was coping. It was cope. People talking about that I wasn't telling the truth. Brother, what have you seen? What's the news? Phone's going to be allowed. But what's really, really crazy is, like, in addition to that, okay, look, Look, if you want to think I'm lying, you can see now that I was telling the truth before. The judge said outright that the feds can keep trying to crack the phone, and if they get all the way into the phone, because right now they've just got images, but they've got permission to crack the phone is allowed as evidence, and the judge said previously, I heard him say, he said if they crack the phone and get all the evidence off the phone, then, we can have another conversation about how to include that in the trial. Now, this is really bad for Durk. Not just the fact that this damning message has come out and his phone is going to be allowed to be used, but everybody's also saying the copium that's going around is now, well, Durk took a W because they're gonna let him use his expert witness. But as the judge said when I was in court listening to him, the judge is on some stuff where he basically is like, look, rather than excluding evidence, I don't have a habit of excluding things. I'm more likely to let everybody get all of their witnesses in and have both sides. So we don't know. It's not been signed and sealed and delivered, but I have a strong feeling based on what the judge said in court last week that Durk's witnesses are going to be allowed, the government's witnesses are going to be allowed, and now the government is saying, look, we might be able to trim like 8 to 10 witnesses and make our case just go by way quicker. So them 35 witnesses they got on the table, they might not even need all of them. I'm sorry, folks, but this is bad for Durk.
And again, this is going to take, what was it expected to take, like up to 2 weeks for this trial? Like, this isn't going to be no one and done thing. And the coverage is going to be primarily through Ross because they're not going to allow, TV news crews, none of that. Like, we're not going to witness it how we have with some of the other trials. It's just going to be whatever reporter is in there. So if you want to actually get the full breakdown, make sure you jump on Ross's page.
Hey, make sure y'all subscribe to Attorney Jasmine Mines. She at the trial too, so make sure y'all go. She from California and all that shit. You go on her page, check her out. She be with Ben Crump them and all the other lawyers, the big top lawyers. So check out. She black. Her name Attorney Jasmine Mines, and she gonna be at the trial. So if you want to know right away what happened in at the trial, she gonna be giving you updates on her YouTube page. But I don't gotta go to trial though, man. I don't gotta go. Cause as long as you got people that's with Lil Durk, that was with Lil Durk, they know who PW1, 2, 5, they know who motherfuckers is. So I don't gotta go to trial, bro. I broke down the story to y'all. I told y'all Bonnie and all the bloggers said, no, man, Bonnie ain't telling, man. You don't know what you talking about, a protective order. Yeah, okay, that protective order, what? Bonnie finna tell on Durk ass. He even telling on me too, but it's okay, cause I'm finna sue all him and his people. And Bonnie still got trucks and everything, man. So I'm gonna have a couple of them trucks, cause he ain't gonna be able to just pay me. So if he ain't got no accountant out here, it's just gonna build up. So I'll let it build up. I don't need his money right now, right away. I'll let it build up so that build up so big that I could take all 6 of his trucks. On everything, he got 6 18-wheelers. I need all of them. I just let Bonnie get a default and then, take all his trucks. That's what I'm after, man. I'm trying to take some property, like Monopoly. The text from QR is going to hurt him. Yeah. That shit, everything gonna hurt Lil Durk, man. It all gonna hurt him, man. I'm trying to see what they saying about WAC 100 and 6ix9ine. I seen somebody report about it like it's WAC 100 fault that Durk locked up. Like he told on them or something.
With Kalshi, you can make predictions on anything.
Predictions? I'm the special one. I see things.
All right, cool. So I'm back. I'm still at the courthouse. I'm still reporting. All kinds of crazy people out here trying to talk to me. I ain't gonna lie, it's getting weird. But you know what I'm saying? We can't be perturbed. We have to. Apparently, 6ix9ine and WAC 100 were brought up in the courtroom today. Now, before anyone gets onto, I'm not saying they're snitching, I'm not saying they're informant, I'm not saying they're part of the case or the prosecution of any sort. But what I am saying is that the prosecution brought up a podcast clip of 6ix9ine and WAC 100 together. I'm pretty sure, I haven't looked it up yet, but I'm assuming if I know the case very well, it's that old clip of WAC 100 and 6ix9ine where they do a podcast. I'm pretty sure they did it in Fresh and Fit's old studio. The first time them two sat down, you remember when 6ix9ine talking about hang? Like, that was a crazy podcast. I'm not going to lie, that was like a hip hop history moment. But basically, okay, after like that interview had a lot of disrespect towards Lil Durk. It had a lot of people talking about like, you know, why isn't he going to slide for Von? And if I die, I'm boosting murder rate. My dudes are going to slide every day. 6ix9ine was relentless in dissing Lil Durk constantly, telling him to slide for Von. So they basically said, we want to put in evidence number 170, a podcast clip of 6ix9ine interview with Whack 100. They said them names. I'm not lying to you, all right? If I'm lying, I'm flying. And the judge said, all right, how's this hearsay? How could it be prejudicial? The defense basically said, look, this podcast is not probative. It's prejudicial. They're saying participating witness 2 mentioned that Durk had apparently seen this, but it was actually participating witness 2 who saw it. He said that he just assumed that Lil Durk saw it, and it's not really that relevant. Now, the prosecution said, look, PW2 is going to testify that this is the podcast that blew up Slide for Von. So the prosecution are saying that the witness number 2 that is testifying and switching on Durk is going to testify that it was 6ix9ine and Whack 100 in that podcast that blew up Slide for Von and basically made Durk so livid that he felt like he had to slide. I'm not gonna lie, I've said it before, I said that 6ix9ine tricked Durk out of his position. Slide for Von was a 6ix9ine movement, all right? And now they're saying Whack 100 gave him the assist, okay? I'm not saying they're involved, not saying they're giving statements, none of that stuff before you get onto me, all right? I don't want to get, you know what I'm saying? I don't want to get in no trouble with nobody. But the feds are saying that Durk's people were basically talking about how upset Durk was about this podcast and how that actually got him to slide for Von. You could argue that 6ix9ine is actually part of the reason that they slid for Von. You can't even, like, that's what the prosecution is saying. It's in black and white in the courtroom. That's what is being said. I cannot believe it. That blew my mind. So apparently, okay, they're saying that, look, everyone saw it, all right? It was incredibly relevant. These aren't just trolls. These are real famous people in the industry that were trolling Durk, making a big problem for Durk. And the judge says, look, the prior rulings that I've made allows this to be admitted, all right? They said that it can be assumed that Durk saw this interview or was at least aware of it, and they knew that this was part of the conversation at the time. The defense said, look, as far as 206, there was a conversation between an unindicted co-conspirator and another person who's not part of the case. And it's not talking about co-conspirator number 4, right? They're saying, the judge basically says, witnesses say that co-conspirator 4 was the person who got Quando's location. He attempted to get Quando's location right after Von died. I don't know who Coco number 4 is. I don't know. There's some theories, but I don't know who that is. But basically, the defense said, look, these people aren't expected to testify. So whoever you guys think Coco number 4 is, I know there's rumors, all right? They said it black and white, all right? So I'm going to say who people think it is, all right? Because I want to be careful. But they said whoever that is, whoever it is, they're not expected to testify. So all of this talk of certain people telling, that's not happening, all right? They're not expected to testify. They did say that co-conspirator 4 immediately tried to get Quando Rondo's address right after the death of Von happened. And the judge basically said, cool, that podcast is admitted. So the Whack 100 6ix9ine podcast is gonna be included. But then beyond that, they talked about co-conspirator 4 and Lil Durk having messages back and forth. Whoever Coco number 4 was, they was locked in with Durk. And they said, look, these messages, number 208, the defense said, look, these don't contain much, it's not relevant. Coco 4, whoever that is, and messages with Durk, it's not.
Hey, Trap Lord Ross. Hey, stop trying to act like you know some shit. Man, co-conspirator number 4, he ain't got to testify on Durk. He going to jail, nigga. What the fuck you talking about? Like he just finna walk around after this. See, that's what I'm talking about, misleading the people. All the people talking about co-conspirator number 4, your ass finna tell. You still, and we finna still find out who co-conspirator number 4 is, motherfucker. You act like we still, like he just exempt now. Oh, yeah, so everybody talking about co-conspirator number 4, like, he still finna come out. He still finna be exposed. He still finna do 100 years. He finna do life. What is you talking about? He talking like co-conspirator number 4 ain't nothing finna happen. Yeah, he linked with Durk. He tried to get his number, but he ain't snitching, so he ain't got nothing to, like, fuck out of here. Y'all be too fanned out, man. Just report.
Relevant, it's not important. Let me do my drink real quick. Right. It's not important, it's not relevant. And basically the prosecution said, well, no, after Lil Pab's death, all of the co-conspirators, including like prior texts with Durk, they basically said that they all got texts about the murder. Other co-conspirators were mocking Quando, Rondo, and Lil Pab after it happened. They're saying that Durk texted co-conspirator number 4 and Durk participated in the mocking. Now, I'm assuming this is all the no chat. We don't know what was said, but the prosecution is saying Durk participated in the mocking, and people were saying no, and apparently Coco number 4 liked that message that was saying no and laughed about it, right? Don't know who that is. We're gonna find out.
And sold to Carvana. Ugh, that was too convenient.
It's a great offer. What's wrong, John?
I set aside a week to sell my car, Clarence. I haven't had free time since 2006.
Isn't free time a good thing?
They pick it up tomorrow and they pay me on the spot. What am I supposed to?
We're definitely going to find out who it is, and soon, to be honest with you guys. So that's going to be explosive. I'm not going to lie. I hope it's not who they say it is. That's all I'm going to say. All right, but we're going to see. We're going to find out. I've heard all sorts of different rumors. So after that, we heard that basically, like, Coco number 4, he was laughing about what happened to Lil Pab and Taekwondo Rondo. They said that the date of these messages mocking them and saying no, they were in the early morning hours of the 20th August. So the early morning hours right after the murder happened, Coco number 4, whoever that is in text messages with Durk, laughing about it, basically like bragging and like happy that he lined the shit up. That's crazy. So after that, okay, there was a discussion of evidence number 209. And this was apparently a lengthy text chain between other unindicted co-conspirators and others. And this basically was talking about apparently rent money. They were trying to argue, the defense was trying to argue this could have been drug dealing. But it sounds like Lil Durk was paying the rent for some of these OTF members. And the prosecution said, look, this is critical evidence. Weeks after King Von died, Lil Durk says that he won't be partying for New Year's Eve. And this was weird. So I might have misheard this. If I misheard this, I'm sorry, but I wrote this down and I had to like check myself and I was like, wait, did I really just hear what I think I heard? It sounded to me like they said that Durk sent in a message saying he's not partying for New Year's because Youngboy and them shorties, and the government seemed to suggest that was in reference to like Quando and his friends. I wrote down YB. I don't know if they were saying a young boy, I don't know, but he said YB and them shorties are out partying every night. Now that's weird because I would have thought, I'm pretty sure that Youngboy was locked up at this point in time. And I'm pretty sure Youngboy actually got locked up before King Von got killed. There was never any big trolling from Youngboy about King Von's death because he got locked up on a separate gun charge in September. So I'm pretty sure Youngboy was already locked up on his gun case when King Von got killed, and that was a separate thing in November with Quando Rondo, because I know about this case very extensively. So that's a little bit weird. So after that, right, we kind of heard all this talk about Durk basically saying that he's cutting off money until members of OTF slide. They said that the participating witness will explain the terminology. The judge said, all right, cool, I'm going to take that under submission. He didn't rule. After that, the defense talked about Article 210. This was a conversation about an apparent ATF raid on a trap house. And they said that, look, this is about drug dealing. It's not about murder. The ATF raid, alcohol, firearms, tobacco bureau. It wasn't necessarily about the murder. The prosecution said, well, actually, Jam was cooperating at this point, and he gave the info that led to that house being raided. And they said Durk was suspicious and told the group to delete the thread. I'm pretty sure, they didn't say specifically, but that could be the one where.
Hey, I'm the GOAT. Hey, y'all, remember when I told y'all? Hey, remember when I told y'all I reported about it? The BDs from over there on Jam Block, Patone and 30. Remember the feds had Rico'd them? And Jam, they got the tour with Jam. They got the tour with Jam while Jam was locked up. Jam had sent out a Instagram post that said, hey, Tune, since you want to say something to me, hey, y'all remember that shit? He said, since you want to say something about me and sneak diss me, he say, tell them how I knocked off a half a book for you. And he was saying all type of shit, bro. Hey, they got indicted, bro. They got indicted. But them was the ones who had hit Zoo and said ATF asked about y'all. Remember, I reported about it. I don't know if y'all remember, but Jam got into it with some BDs from 79th over some hoes, over a hoe that Jam messed with. And she told them that Jam, they be sneak dissing Jam. And Jam told them, like, y'all ain't had no money. I was knocking off all the drugs for y'all and all that shit. And then they got Rico. They say that's what they talking about. Jam did that too. I told y'all. Jam taking everybody out. Jam trying to get immunity. When you get immunity, you got to take everybody down. Every motherfucker you know, cash shit, gas station. If you trying to walk out that door after Durk trial, you got to take everybody down.
Durk basically saying that he's cutting off money until members of OTF slide. They said that the participating witness will explain the terminology. The judge said, all right, cool, I'm going to take that under submission. He didn't rule. After that, the defense talked about Article 210. This was a conversation about an apparent ATF raid on a trap house. And they said that, look, this is about drug dealing. It's not about murder. The ATF raid, alcohol, firearms, tobacco bureau. It wasn't necessarily about the murder. The prosecution said, well, actually, Jam was cooperating at this point, and he gave the info that led to that house being raided. And they said Durk was suspicious and told the group to delete the thread. I'm pretty sure, they didn't say specifically, but that could be the one where they're talking about blood ready to tell, clear as day. We need to delete the messages. We need to delete the chats, all that kind of stuff. And they basically said, delete the chat, delete the iCloud backup too, which is obviously very incriminating. I mean, Durk famously rapped, delete my iCloud if the Fed say that they on me though. He said that, all right? So the judge basically said, look, if Durk said the same thing due to drug dealing, delete the iCloud messages, how is it any different? And the judge actually made quite a good point in Durk's favor here. They said, look, you could say delete the iCloud messages if you were having a civil lawsuit or a civil dispute with someone and you wanted to hide evidence. Now, sure, that would be unethical and wrong. But at the same time, if you was having a civil lawsuit about some money and you said, yo, delete the messages and delete the iCloud to cover it up, that's not necessarily proof of murder on its own. Now, the prosecution clapped back and they said, look, the cops asked them about OTF, the nickname Blood, location that was raided being linked to that participating witness, and the co-conspirators were worried about a person involved in the murder cooperating. Now, it wasn't the best reply, but I do think that it was pretty interesting because it was the feds basically saying, well, look, Jam gave us the info for the raid. They didn't say this, but it's almost like they inferred, like, look, if they was drug dealing, cool, but Jam's participating to try and hush up his involvement in the murder, and if he told on them for the trap house and they worked out that he was telling about all the stuff he involved in, including the murder, but they didn't say that. But anyway, that's
Info L. Hey man, I know you probably a fan of Lil Durk, and you know when you wake up in the morning before you brush your teeth, you listen to Lil Durk. I understand that shit, but Lil Durk gone, bro. Like it's over with, bro. Like I don't know what's wrong with y'all, bro. Like you ain't seen no nigga. Hey, look, y'all talking about Lil Durk got money, Chapo got money, Larry Hoover got money. They got old money. It's a lot of more niggas up in jail. They got millions, man, billions of dollars. You ain't going nowhere, nigga. The feds print the money. They the ones who print Lil Durk money. Y'all don't understand that shit. Y'all be fanned out. Talking about the feds ain't got nothing. How the fuck they ain't got nothing? And Jam just said that he gonna tell everything. Like, y'all gotta be crazy, bro. Like, some of y'all just fanned out, bro. I understand, like, this your favorite rapper. But when they say 20 witnesses, you think the feds just came, first of all, out of nowhere and say, oh, yeah, Lil Durk did this and he did that. They made it up. No, man, the killers, the people who participated in it, man. Man, money don't mean shit in the feds, bro. Money don't mean shit, bro. I'm telling you, money don't mean nothing, man. When it come to them, bro. You still go, look, Diddy worth what? $700 million? Damn near a billionaire. Diddy in jail right now. He ain't in jail for the rest of his life because he ain't got no goddamn murder for hire like Lil Durk had. Lil Durk got a murder for hire, a stalking, another Vicar Rico after this. Like, come on, man. And then people running around this bitch talking about some, oh, man, he picked Drew because Trump. Man, Trump ain't finna pardon Lil Durk, bro. First of all, and then second of all, Lil Boosie fucked all of it up. Lil Boosie exposed their hand. They said that they was gonna give me pardon for $600,000. But I told them if they don't do it, just give me $300 back. Like, why would you even make a deal like that? So you just gave these people free $300,000 you admitted to. Like, Boosie just fucked that up, bro. That pardon shit, bro. Hey, a motherfucker ain't getting pardoned unless they one of Trump relatives, man. Or they one of the white supremacists, man. What y'all say? Oh, they at thing. Other than that, they ain't getting out, man. If you ain't running that Capitol building and storm that building and shit and hurt the guard, you ain't getting out. Hell yeah, man. Hey, look, sometimes you gotta look at it like this, man. Lil Durk fucked up, man. This nigga had millions. He had everything, bro. And for King Von, now let's think of King Von. A killer, a troller, if God let King Von here back here right now and say, I'm gonna let you back since everybody in the world love you, he gonna come back, man. Fuck Wooski now. You hear me? He gonna come back on bullshit. He just a demon. You hear me? He just a motherfucking demon. He you know, and that demon fucked up everybody's lives. King Von took down everybody. Hey, I said this. Look, I said it when I got on YouTube, bro. I said, man, King Von destroyed every motherfucking life. And he gonna continue. You heard what King Von said, bro, in that song? He said, when I should die, I'm boosting the murder rate. My killer's gonna slap every day. You hear me? He already predicted this shit before he even died. He talking this shit while he alive. He telling, hey, look, if I die, destroy shit. You hear me? And these niggas went to go and do it. For real, bruh. Hey, man, get off my page, brother. Get off my page. Y'all jump on people. Hey, I appreciate you for jumping on my page, though. Because whether you jump on my page and say something lame or something like that, I still get a view. So thank you. I appreciate you, brother. You act like you hurting me, man. I'm getting paid for this shit. I talk about whatever the fuck I want to talk about. This Trenches news. This ain't Christian news. This ain't backdoor TV or none of that. This shit say Trenches news. So I talk about everything from the fucking trenches. All right. If you want to learn about Christian, go and watch Pastor Brooks channel or something. Go and watch Corey Brooks. You want to learn about God or something, motherfucker. Go and watch Jay Hood. The motherfucking old block pastor or something, nigga. You got the wrong channel. I talk about the trenches, motherfucker. Get off my page. Y'all just be bored, man. Go and get y'all some money. Y'all living off y'all hoes Wi-Fi, eating the kids fruit snacks. Like go and DoorDash or something, man. I know she tired of you just laying in her house. Got to trip over blankets and shit. Tripping over PlayStation cords and shit. Because you can't afford the wireless. You got the motherfucking PlayStation with the long cords and shit. So motherfuckers walking past breaking their neck. And your shoes stink. That's why you keep them outside. You the only nigga stay on the 5th floor. Got to leave your shoes on outside the building on the 1st floor. That's fucked up, my boy. Hey, wrong page you chose to get on and try to troll, brother. I'm from the projects. I control back, motherfucker. But anyways, y'all heard what I told that nigga? I told that man, he stay on the 5th floor. He leave his shoes on the 1st floor, outside of the building. So this nigga take off his shoes outside the building, only to walk on his socks up the stairs, catch the elevator to the 5th floor. Hey, look, I don't give a fuck what you talking about praying on the man downfall. We ain't tell that nigga to go and fly to no motherfucking California. Hey, look, y'all can go and play the blaming game somewhere else. Patrick, you the same motherfucker told Lil Durk to slide, nigga. Now you talking about some y'all praying on his downfall. Why you telling him to slide? Get off my page. And your house smell like old pork chops. Fuck off my page.
That's what I'm inferring. So after that, they said that the co-conspirators were worried about a person involved in the murder. I already told you that. So they said if the defendant wants to say that it's all about drug dealing, they can. They're saying that this drug thing can be can be put to the jury.
You're invited to join Phoenix Energy's next webinar, where you can drill deeper into our bond offerings. We currently offer 2 investment opportunities: a private placement bond offer.
And basically, it's like a whole thing. So after that, Didi's lawyer then spoke about numbers 164 and 165, those pieces of evidence. And they basically said, look, I reserve the right to speak about this overall gang argument. We've been going back and forth about this, and they're not supposed to be going over the gang thing. But they're saying, look, here in evidence 165, they said the government are getting in lyrics that are referring to Didi as the nickname threat. They didn't like that. They said in 164, the government hasn't met the relevancy test. They said it's I think it said it's a dislocated interpretation. He said the IG live video, and basically they were saying that there was an IG live video where Didi referred to himself as the murder man. And they were trying to say, look, this is prejudicial. He was referring to comments that were calling calling him the murder man. They're saying that the government never said that Didi shot anyone. Didi didn't admit that he was a shooter. Didi wasn't on there talking about shootings that he had done. Didi wasn't a shooter in the situation. And then the judge basically said, well, look, Didi talking about being a murder man from the comments, how does that not refer to Pab's murder? Does that not refer to the murder? And they said, are the government misinterpreting what's in the video? What's going on? And then Didi's lawyer said, well, they didn't give any transcripts. They just gave a summary. They said it was probative. They said in the video he's wearing that V-Roy chain. And this was a few months before the murder. But obviously Didi's been accused of other murders, right? They said, so it shows, the prosecution said, look, it shows connections to Tay-Town and OTF and all the gangs. It shows that he was connected to King Von with the V-Roy chain. And it basically said that they can argue that he's not referring to Lil Pab's murder since it took place. Actually, this didn't make sense, my bad. They said that he was wearing the V-Roy chain a few months before the murder, so that shows the intent. And then they can argue that he's not referring to Lil Pab's murder that took place a few weeks before, but he was taking credit for Lil Pab's death. So what they basically seemed to say, unless I got this wrong, was that Didi basically admitted, like he was on a live and he acknowledged people calling him the murder man in the comments. And basically they were saying that that was a few months after Pab had been murdered. And they're saying that he doesn't need to say that he was the shooter, but he's basically taking credit for the death, being like, yeah, I'm the murder man. I helped set up the play. So that was that. So look, I'm going to move on to another section now. I'm going to break down the rest of this in another video or two. But there's just quite a lot going on here. So I'm honestly like, I'm getting a little bit frazzled now. So I might go and record the last couple of bits of this at home. But basically that's kind of like, yeah, the WAC 169 thing's the craziest thing. Didi referring to himself as the murder man is a little bit mad as well. I wonder if I'll be able to find that IG live video. I will let you guys know if I do, but for now, I'm going to wrap it up here. I'll see you guys in the next video. I'm probably going to do 2 more videos about this, so stay tuned for that, and I'll speak to you guys soon. Peace.
Rascata 1049. He said, you definitely been said it. I'm trying to tell you. I said this shit when everybody was saying I was lying, man. All that shit about Jam and Vonnie. Hey, hood fella. Hey, Vonnie. Hey, look. This the whole thing about Vonnie. I ain't gonna even lie. Even though he got an order of protection out on me. Right is right, wrong is wrong, right? If Vonnie didn't cooperate, guess what Lil Durk and Drew now was gonna do? My client didn't buy the guns. My client didn't buy the mask. My client didn't give no guns up. Well, who did? Vonnie. You hear me? They gonna all blame it on Vonnie. Vonnie know this shit. His daddy been to trial. His daddy, brother Hassan, his daddy told him, hey, get their ass up. The feds don't play that shit. Hey, get their ass up because they gonna blame you. I'm pretty sure Hassan told his son, man. He coached his son. I'm pretty sure he was coaching his son, man. He coached his son like Phil Jackson on Durk Mill Mass. Hey, get him up. You heard what he said in the text message. You can handle it? On my mama, bro. You heard what Brother Hassan said? Fuck all the blood money shit. The blood money shit didn't kick in until Vonnie ain't give Brother Hassan no trucks or something. I'm talking about before the blood money shit, before we knew about King Von was backdoored. Brother Hassan had a text message with his son, and I had put it out there, and it said that you got this, you got everything under control. What the fuck that mean? And then he went on and said, hey, look, if you cop out, you got to tell on everybody and everything. You just can't tell your road, and you got to tell everything. He coached them, bro. Vonnie knew that if he go to court and trial, Didi lawyer, look what Didi lawyer did. My client ain't do nothing. He didn't buy no guns and shit. Like, ain't nobody finna take the hit for everybody. Like, hell no. You niggas was in the car with me. Now y'all trying to wiggle y'all way out of it. Y'all lawyer saying I did it. That's what number 9 going. I mean, that's what number 9 did to C-Day. Number 9 did that shit to C-Day. Number 9 said that C-Day was the sole shooter. And his appeal paperwork, bro. C-Day came out pissed off. That was the first time I ever seen C-Day eyes not cross. His shit was straight. He say, man, that motherfucker told on me. He was talking about 9 over number 9. He told his lawyer to go up in there and say that Ide was the shooter and not him, so he can get out of jail. Hey, shout out ST, man. Shout out Slim. What happened if they get on the stand and act like Woody? Hey, look, I can tell you this, brother. Hey, there's no Woody. There's no doing no Woody shit, bro. They're going to take your ass in the back and say, hey, look, we don't even need you. You getting life in prison. Bring the next witness out. You remember when they said they got 20 witnesses? Hey, you just the 20th one. They got 19 more after you. So you could go ahead and play Woody if you want to. They're going to take your ass in the back and tell you, oh, yeah, we just going to give you life. For real. They ain't playing that shit. They don't play that Woody shit. And that's what Drew thought. Drew thought that he was going to be able to get on the news and the TV and be like, look, Durk's innocent. He has neighborhood heroes and shit and sway the public. Nah, bro, not with the feds. Not with the feds, man. The feds got motherfuckers who told them that you paying for murders, nigga. That's why they came and got you. And I told y'all, Jam said he on his get back shit. Jam said Lil Durk did him dirty. On my mama, bro. He said Lil Durk did him dirty, bro. Lil Durk didn't pay for the lawyer. He ain't help with his baby mama funeral. He just called him a snitch and he ain't even snitch yet. According to him. You know. They said he stole the money whole time. Lil Ted stole it. You know, Jam just said shit. If he gonna be called a snitch and they gonna be running around talking about he a snitch, he finna tell on everybody. That's the truth, man. And we heard Lil Durk say, once again, for all the Lil Durk fans, Lil Durk said out his own mouth that I played Jam. I did him dirty. Lil Durk said that shit, bro. So Lil Durk gotta live with it. You can't play nobody who killing for people, bro. You can't. If a person killed for you, you locked in for the rest of your life. It's like you married to them, bro. You can't. You got to get them a lawyer and everything, because they could say that you the reason why they killed the person and now your ass in jail, bro. So when a person kills something for you, you stuck with them. Ain't no going off and get married and shit. They gonna tell on your ass. You ain't sending no lawyer. You ain't paying for his baby mama funeral or none of that shit. His baby mama get killed, you niggas leaving emojis and shit, laughing and shit. Like, for real, that shit deep, though. That shit deep. They did that shit to Jam, man. We ain't tell Lil Durk not to pay Jam. He did that shit on his own. He thought it'd be a good idea. Since I gave him 50 5 years ago, that's his money for Lil Pie murder. You hear me or whatever. Man, 50,000 ain't shit when you killing somebody, bro. When you flying to California and kill somebody, you gotta hire some money for the feds now. Shit, Jam just figured like, fuck it. Lil Durk left me, he burnt me, I'ma burn him. That's how I look at it, and that's how most of the BDs looking at it. That Lil Durk burnt Jam, and Jam burnt him. I want to do Lil Durk think this shit funny now. I wonder do he think it's funny now, man? Ain't shit funny about that. Yeah, you can't turn your back on the killers, bro. You can't turn your back on the killers and expect the killers to go all the way to trial with you and help you. Jam had a fucking gun case, man. It wasn't nothing for Lil Durk to send Drew down there. Even though Jam was gonna go back on the parole violation, it wasn't nothing to send Drew. All Jam wanted to know that he's secure, bro. That he got a lawyer. You hear me? I got a lawyer. I got a lawyer to fight this switch case. Lil Durk just left him. Like, fuck it. Don't answer no calls for him. Hey, block his number. Block his girl number. You hear me? Then his baby mama died, and then they was laughing under the comments and shit. You know? Or laughing about it. So, shit, they did Jam dirty, man. Who's to say they ain't send them little kids off to kill her? No, I don't know if they smoked this BM. It's 3 motherfuckers who killed her, though. It's 3 people who killed her. 3 kids. And they look like some misfits. They look like somebody sent them out. Somebody rode up to a park or some motherfucking gym or something and said, hey, y'all want to commit a murder? I got a gun for y'all. Kill this girl and y'all can get $5,000. They look like them type of kids, bro. They look like somebody sent them off, man. The people who killed this baby mama, they look like somebody sent them off. Straight off. I ain't gonna need to lie to you, bro. But yeah, though, that's what happened, though, man. Durk ain't send them lawyers to jail. I told y'all this shit 2 years ago. He ain't send them lawyers. They were saying Jam snitching and he stole the money whole time. Lil Ted them stole it. And they blamed Jam because Jam came over there. So they said Jam took it. They were just snaking each other. That's all, man. They was just a whole bunch of snakes that were just hanging around each other and trying to suck up all the Durk money at the same time, trying to show who the realest. You know, they were snaking out each other, trying to show him they the realest and they the most loyal to him. Where they get the K2 from? The gas stations and shit. Man, I remember I was in Decatur, bro, and you could go to this motherfucker little corner store and they selling Scooby-Doo, they selling all that shit. I ain't know what K2 was at the time. But they had this shit in the, like where the blunts was. Scooby-Doo bags and shit. I never knew that shit was illegal. I never knew what it was, bro. I never even bothered to ask. I just used to see the Scooby-Doo bags and shit. You know? And then I got to see them motherfuckers tweaking and the police got them hemmed up on the car and they putting out Scooby-Doo packs. I'm like, that's why his ass was tweaking. He was off that shit, that K2 shit. When involves murder, all resources are available, and there's no restrictions on what they can do and what they can use in the investigation. That means cameras, full access to cell phones, and history. Hey, DJ Dilly, I've been trying to tell them this for 2 years, man. The feds do what they want. They do what they want, man. The feds ain't even got to show you the whole story. They could tell half the story, man, and the jury gonna be like, he guilty. Without even knowing the full story, bro. Like, for real, the feds do what they want, bro. And they coaching motherfuckers. Hey, look, this what you gonna say. When a prosecute, when Drew them come at you and say this, you say this. They coaching, bro. I'm telling you, bro. Like, they make it stick to you. They make it stick to you. If you want this time, if you want this 7 years, you gonna go up there and say what the fuck we tell you to say. You hear me? For real. If you don't do if you don't make a scene and make it and convince the jury, you ain't getting 7 years, Vonnie. Vonnie finna turn white on our ass at the trial. And you know, Vonnie could talk white. Vonnie ain't saying no gang or none of that shit. Vonnie gonna be like, yes, Your Honor, can you please pass the great pardon? Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Banks right there did it, sir. For D, I don't know, sir. I'm telling you, Vonnie finna turn white in the courtroom. I'm trying to tell y'all. Vonnie finna turn into motherfucking Carlton. I'm telling you. D, my master. Dirk told me to go and shoot that man on the plane. I'm telling you. Vonnie smart than a motherfucker. Niggas be talking about he dumb. He smart. Because Vonnie peeped it. Vonnie like, first of all, how the fuck they grab me? Somebody had to tell, right? Somebody had to tell on me. Then the feds laid it all out for him. Look, we got you. We know you went to go and get them cell phones. We know you did this. We know you did that. We know you did this. You hear me? And he like, fuck it, we caught. Durk should have known though, man. Hey, 3 is called mob action when I was growing up. 3 people was mob action. You can go to jail just for being with 3 people. Police can pull up and take all 3 of y'all to jail. Say mob action. You be like, what the fuck? Mob action? We ain't even did shit. Y'all can't be together. Well, is it a sign outside saying the more than 3 people can't be together? Like, for real, bro. They used to take people to jail for more than 3 people together as mob action. Maybe if they would have seen them 5 guys walking out the airport together, they could have arrested them for mob action and they would have never killed Lil Pop. a big case of come up under that car they caught us. Yeah, 3 to 5 deep is mob action. Anything in that red zone or any person with no money in their pocket. Yeah, for sure. Shout out DJ Dilly. Jam said he doing a roll call. I made a video. I told y'all that. I talked to Jam people again, bro. Like about 2 weeks ago, I made a video, bro. Jam said he doing a roll call, bro. Jam said he trying to get 20 or less. And he giving up everything. I ain't gonna lie. You know what I told his people when they asked me what I think? I said, shit, Durk laughing at him on the thing. Shit, what the fuck? Hey, that's called get back, ain't it? Ain't King buying them to get backers? Get back don't just mean you killing people. Get back mean, all right, that nigga did me dirty. I finna get back. You hear me? I finna get him back. He said on low end, you definitely going to jail for mob action. Hell yeah. On the low end, we walking through Ellis Park, they pulling up. Detectives, mob action. I'm standing in 575, 574 under the building. Watching them come up under that bitch. Come on, you going to jail for trespassing. You all the way from on Ellis. On everything. Take me to jail for no reason. They took my mama to jail. When they took my mama to jail, though, I had to play dirty with them, bro. Like, I can't beat no cop, bro. If I try to attempt to kill you, I'm going to be in jail for 60, 90 years, 100 years. You hear me? I can't beat you. You the governor of the low end. I can't beat you. Somebody could beat you, though. They call the feds. You around this bitch taking people money, taking shit out people's pocket when you pull them over and say, you want this money or you want to go to jail? And then he got a bag of rocks in his hand. Like, nigga, I don't even sell rocks. But if you a person who you got a car, you got a job, and he's trying to take your money, you gonna be like, fuck it, give up the money. And then don't even make no complaint about it. Yeah, that nigga Watts was vicious though. He was vicious. I seen a lot of gang members pay him too. I'm talking about pay him. Brown paper bag, bro. He was running around that bitch. Just I told my homies now. I say, don't pay him, bro. Once you pay him, he coming. My homie was like, I'm gonna give you this $5,000 one time. But don't keep on coming back through this alley because he was rich. Rest in peace, Bean. He was rich. So he thought by giving them $5,000 to get out of gun case that they was gonna stop, man. They pulled up every 30 seconds, man. Hey, look, that $5,000 wearing off, man. Me and the team need some more steaks every other day, bro. You hear me? Now niggas going to jail because y'all saying, fuck it, we going to jail. We ain't paying no more. You should never pay them in the first place, nigga. I told you. Like, for real. I remember I robbed some motherfuckers. I robbed some motherfuckers from 51st and Calumet. They was hobos. And this nigga Watts pulled down on me like, hey, look, I need them pounds of weed back. I was like, man, I ain't got shit. He say, hey, look, I need them pounds of weed back, man. That was my shit. I'm getting $1 off every motherfucker gram or something like that. You hear me? Like, I'm like, this motherfucker real gangster, man. That motherfucker said he getting $100, goddamn it, off every certain amount of grams, goddamn it. For real. But yeah, I got his ass up out of there though. I just used my brain. I call the white people my teachers now. I call my teacher Miss Hager. I call her like, hey, Miss Hager, I'm sorry to bother you, but I got this problem going on. This man keep on taking my money and shit. And I kept it real with my teacher, Mr. Quinn. I'm like, hey, Mr. Q, you know, I do be robbing people, but I rob the drug dealers, not innocent people like you. But I be robbing people. And he take the robbery money from me. And he said, that's still a problem. You hear me? Like, that's still illegal. He ain't supposed to be taking nothing from you. You hear me? And once he told me that, I'm like, hell yeah, his ass got to go. He extorted the whole low end, man. He done sent 800 niggas to jail, bro. Niggas started getting out of jail after I reported his ass on everything. Niggas started coming home, getting money and everything, bro. They ain't even know it was me until the Durk trial. Then oh yeah, he did that. I'm like, damn, bro. Like, god damn, this Durk trial, goddamn, we ain't talking about that. They try to make it come out though. But I don't give a fuck. Watts got so many ops. If he do come to Chicago, Trenches News ain't worried about him. All the gang members gonna kill him. He done locked up every gang member in Chicago and put drugs on him. So when the gang members see him at Harold's Chicken or Jerk 48, they gonna switch him down. He a regular civilian now. He ain't no cop no more. He got stripped from his power. So if he do ride around Chicago, anybody see him, even the hikes, all the hikes that he locked up, they gonna jump on him. They gonna jump on him. The hype see me, they be like, what up, Swipe? You good? I see you on Trenches News. They see Watts, they gonna kill him. They gonna try to kill him. No, Watts in Arizona. He in Arizona, Phoenix, Arizona. He done robbed everybody, man. He rich. The feds didn't take all that money. He done funneled that shit in his kid's name and everybody else's name, man. He done funneled that shit. He out of jail, though. The nigga only got 22 months. He copped out 22 months. He done robbed everybody. He only got 22 months, man. Some motherfuckers to jail. My mama went to jail for 6 years, and he only got 22 months. He literally got 400 or better people locked up. No exaggeration. You could Google this shit. He got him in IDOC. I'm talking about 20 years, 30 years. Chachi had 30 years. Chachi came back on that shit. Like he was losing people, bro. He was getting him and his team was getting people lost in the system, bro. Like you talking about injustice, bro. Like that was some injustice shit he was doing. You know, I robbed the buildings and he say, that's my dope you just robbed for. I need all that shit. Like, nah, bro, that ain't your dope. That's the gang members, nigga. Yeah, I gotta report your ass, nigga, on everything. Especially when he sent my mama to jail. He said, ha 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 ha, you ain't want to get my shit back. You gonna know about it in a minute. The hypes come running over there to me like, hey man, they took your mama to jail. He put 15 grams of dope on him. At first, I was finna blow down their cars every time they come through Ellis. I was gonna blow down their cars and use the train tracks to get away. But I'm like, nah, bro, they gonna have a manhunt on me. They finna put the helicopter in the sky and every motherfucking thing. You hear me? Plus, there's raccoons on that track at night, coyotes and shit. I don't want to run into none of them at night. So I'm like, fuck it. I'm just going. I gotta do what I gotta do. I gotta fight him. You know, I can't beat no motherfucking sergeant or no lieutenant that got his own. You know what I'm talking about? That everybody in there with the shit. He taking $200,000-$300,000 a night, and then he getting them fucking $5,000 a piece. All the officers in the police station on 51st, huh? Nice payday today. You hear me? Like you can't beat that shit. He said, I heard Jam told on Didi. You heard about it? Man, I've been told you Jam told on everybody, man. I've been told y'all this shit 2 years ago, man. Everybody said I was lying about Jam. This shit ain't new. I got on DJ Academics about 2 years ago, a year and something ago. And we was talking about Jam, bro. I told y'all the story, bro. His cousin called me. You know, I used to be BD, bro. So his cousin called me and told me. Jam got locked up, and he tried to blame me for the switch that he got caught with. He said the U.S. Marshals was following them. That's when Jam came up missing. That's when I was like, hold on. Jam's supposed to be in IDOC. Where the fuck Jam at? And then Jam just went missing from the police station. No Cook County jail, no nothing. I'm like, no. His cousin's like, the feds got him. The feds got him and shit. And he was like, when he heard them talking in the station, he told the feds that he knew about Lil Durk them. Like, he was talking about Lil Durk them. And he said he finna give up Lil Durk them. Report about it. That's why I was reporting about it. Go through, Google Trenches News. I mean, Trenches News in the search bar and OTF Jam. You go all the way back. You can go to any other blogger page back then, 2 years ago, and they said I was lying about Vonnie. They said I was lying about Jam. Go to their page, especially the fake Crip. He said when the protective order came out, go back to it. Protective order came out. He said, I talk to OTF every day. Vonnie ain't telling. Dude with the mask, making it up. Whole time, I got the text messages and everything from Vonnie. You hear me? Like, ain't nobody getting this shit, man. Ain't no, and then they hate me and steal all my shit. I seen everybody steal them text messages. Not no page said, Trenches News dropped these. Dude with the mask. They steal all my shit, but they hate me. That's crazy. They steal all my audios. All the little Mikey audio, the skinny audio, they steal everything. Oh, everything. How can you hate a motherfucker you use this shit? Like, for real. You can't. You hate me, but you looking at my page and putting it in your own words. I could go through everybody's page and be like, hey, look, that you duplicate me, bro. What's the shit called? I forgot. I'm glitching. Plagiarism. It's called plagiarism. You taking everything I say, but you just trying to fit in your little own swag. Wow, Lil Durk was literally laughing at Jam amend to betrayal. Well, yup, he was admitting. Hey, look, I know a lot of people. You good. I know a lot of people are gonna be like, man, he snitched on Durk. Well, shit, Durk didn't seem to motherfucking give a fuck about Jam when Booney told him when Boona told him. Boona said, hey, look, it's basically what Boona was telling Lil Durk on that call. You need to pay him before he throw your ass in the frying pan. You hear me? That's what he told him. He said, you need to pay that man before he throw you in the frying pan. And Lil Durk said, I did him dirty. He said, you don't know what I did to him. And Jam said, I do know what you, Boona said, I do know what you did to him. And Durk said, you don't know. And then that's when Durk say, damn, you got all the teeth. You hear me? Like, for real, Lil Durk thought that shit was funny, man. Ain't nothing funny now. Who's the baller now, Wardy? On everything. Can you, hey, somebody need to make a cartoon with Jam saying that up on the stand. Who's the baller now, Wardy? Oh, he stuck on the Great Papon. Yeah, Bonnie finna talk white in front of the judge. Bonnie ain't finna talk like no nigga. Bonnie finna be like, okay, sir, I didn't know. I have no warrant. I have no, he finna talk white. Lil Durk fuck, man. Lil Durk had a motherfucking a college student with him on a crime spree, bro. Did you not think he was gonna tell on you, stupid ass? What's who them say? Dumbass, dumb man or something, stupid man? Did you not think he was gonna tell on your ass, stupid man? Got a whole motherfucking college student. Vonnie got 6 degrees, man. Vonnie finna walk out that courtroom soon. They say guilty on Durk them. They finna unhandcuff him and let him take his uniform home. They got Durk, man. They want Durk, man. Durk is like Larry Hoover to this day and age. Now, when I say Larry Hoover, don't get it twisted. Like I'm saying Larry, like he could compare to Larry Hoover. I'm talking about for this generation and the power that Lil Durk got with his money to make man move across the country to kill somebody. That's some Larry Hoover shit on everything. One snap of a motherfucking finger. The Malcolm X thing. That's what got Malcolm X killed. When them police was out there and they seen Malcolm X, how he stopped all the man, he snapped his fingers. That shit showed power, bro. The white people knew then that we got to get his brothers them to kill him. You hear me? Go and watch Malcolm X. You're gonna see when they're in the middle of the street and Malcolm X, he right there and he stopping everybody. He showed that he the leader. The white people ain't like that shit, bro. So they got some niggas to infiltrate. And then they end up get down on the black people. Like, for real. The black people killed Malcolm. On some real shit. As Farrakhan. But that's another story. Swipe, you think Cash family gonna sue Durk too? Oh yeah, they gonna sue him. The lawyer that put it in there, he the same lawyer for Stefan Mack, and he the same lawyer for Duck, and he the same lawyer for Lil Pop. The same lawyer. The same lawyer, bro. Hey, look, I be real with this shit. Let me go ahead and pull up these documents, man, real quick. I be real with y'all. Hold on. Let me show you this shit. I had this document right here, y'all. I had this document. I finna see how long I had it for. And though nobody on YouTube still got this document. That's how far in age, they far behind me, man. Hold on. Let me see. Oh, yeah, it popped straight up. Let me see. Oh, I got this document 10-8. Now I got this document 10-5-2025. Man, what the fuck going on? All right, hold on, y'all. Let me take this off the screen. Hold the fuck up. What's going on, brother? All right, y'all, hold on. What just happened? All right, there you go, there you go, there you go. There you go, there you go. All right, so this is the Stefan Mac. This is the Stefan Mac paperwork. This is the Stefan Mac. This is his silver suit. And as you can see, Lil Durk is a resident of the state of Georgia, conduct substantial and continuous business in the state of Illinois. He owns and operates multiple Illinois-based entities, including OTF and Illinois Corporation. At all relevant times, banks exercise control over the entities from Illinois and maintain personal, professional operations in the state. Now I'm finna go down. Only the family entertainment. Hey, look, this how I knew that bike card was finna come. When I got this, I made a video. I made a video a year ago, almost a year ago. A year ago I made a video, and I told it it'd be a year. And I had made a video, and I said that Durk them about to get a bike card, Rico. It was something coming, and this is why I was saying it, because the way that this silver suit is laid out, factual allegations common to all causes and actions, OTF enterprise and conspiracy to commit murder, conspiracy to murder. At all relevant times, Durk Banks, also known as Lil Durk, an artist, founder, owner, chief executive officer, boss of OTF Entertainment, was an affiliate or a member of O Block Street Gang and a criminal organization. He was also a member and associate of the Black Disciple Street Gang, shit like that. And then they, the subset, specifically under the subset known as Lamron Street Gang, based on 64th Street Normal, also referred to as 300, set the Black Disciples, the members and associates. When I started seeing this shit, prior to OTF being incorporated a music label, it was a collective of gangs which consisted of O Block, Lamron, THF, subset Black Disciple Street Gang, who members associated and engaged in acts of violence. So when I started seeing this shit, I'm like, Durk them about to get Rico'd or something finna come. So let me go up, scroll up real quick, because I want to get to the part where they talking about cash real quick. Huh? Is what? At the top? Is it right here somewhere? Yeah, the way they laid it out, they laid this shit out like a Rico. So I knew that bike card was coming just off this, And then they telling the video was shot around February 7, 2022 on the corner of West 59th Street, South Princeton Avenue, Cook County, Illinois, location widely known community and the headquarters of the Black Disciple Street Gang, specifically the TTE Tay-Town faction. And I'm like, a silver suit doing all this? Man, them niggas about to get Rico, you hear me? They got all this shit, Durk, Stefan, Mac. I knew it was coming, bro. I knew it was coming, man. But let me find this part with the cash part at. No, I think it's coming up. Here you go, right here, y'all. Here you go, right here. Here you go, right here, y'all. Hey, remember when I told y'all, bro? I'm the first person who showed y'all this. Ain't no other blog can show y'all this shit. They be too worried about where I'm getting my information from, bro. Hey, look, when people who legit citizens and civilians, they in good jobs. They got access to shit. And they see how people be trying to treat me and shit. They gonna help me keep my page up. You hear me? On everything. That's what the person said to me. I don't like how a motherfucker treated you at the Duck trial. I'm finna help you boost your shit, huh? Every time I get this paperwork, I'm gonna send it to you. You hear me? And that's what they told me, bro. And motherfuckers be mad. He be making up something. I ain't making up shit. It says 2019 attempted murder by Lil Durk and King Von in Atlanta. Hey, I got one question for y'all. Did that come up? Is Weatherspoon testifying on Lil Durk now? Was Weatherspoon about to go to Lil Durk trial if they didn't separate the charges? I'm asking y'all a question. Did this 2019 shit come back to life? I told y'all this shit a year ago, man. That's why I say quit playing with me, man. I'm the motherfucker GOAT. Hey, look. 2020, the murder of FBG Duck by OTF members. So when they say OTF members, they talking about O Block and all that shit is OTF. The 2022 murder of Stephon Mack by OTF members. The 22 murder of FBG Cash by OTF members. The 2022 murder of Xavier Robinson by OTF members. By the end of 2020, Alamo Records has successfully elevated Lil Durk's brand by marketing and promoting his image as the voice of the streets. This branding was deliberately built as the reputation for criminal violence, gang affiliations, and reality rap. You hear me? Like, I don't play no games, man. They can't fuck with me on YouTube. On everything, bro. They can't mess with me, bro. Motherfuckers, they always talking about something fake. They just mad. They say it's fake because they can't get the real paperwork. They make up real paperwork. They make up fake paperwork. You hear me? They can't get this shit. And when this do come out, when this document finally do come out, y'all gonna say Trenches News been showed us that shit. I'm the GOAT. I'm the GOAT. I know I am. So keep on hating if you want. When the feds group, it's the best bet. Yeah, though, man. But this the Stephon Mack shit, bro. Following the death of Durk's brother, Deontay Banks Jr., also known as OTF D-Thing, the labels recognized Durk's commercial appeal and marketing value depended on responding to the death of his brother music by deliberately shaping and monetizing his brand by the labels directly targeting the Chicago drill market with the release of 7/20/20 in order to maintain the strength Durk's street credibility among local audiences. In October 2021, Alamo Records, Sony Music Entertainment, and Lil Durk released Piss Me Off, the first single from the forthcoming 7/20/20 album. The song paid tribute to Durk's late brother Deontay Banks, OTF D-Thing, and contained lyrics escalating themes of reality violence, including a statement, if you can't get the main nigga, then you better get his guys. Hey, I got one question for y'all. Ain't that shit in the paperwork? Ain't that in the paperwork piss me off? I told y'all this shit a year ago. They can't fuck with me, man. I'm telling y'all. I been had this paperwork, bro. I been had it. This a silver suit. This Stephon Mack silver suit. I been had this shit, bro. On my mama, bro. Like, for real. Like, quit playing with me. They steal all my shit and then take it and run with it. That's how I knew that Durk was finna get Rico'd, though. When they gave me this paperwork, I said, yeah, Durk finna get Rico'd, bro. Me and Nene read through it. And I'm like, damn, bro. Like, these silver suit people, man, they like detective shit. On January 12, 2022, Durk announced a nationwide tour of support of 7/20/20, 72/20. And the final leg of the tour was scheduled at the United Center of Chicago. SME Alamo deliberately anchored the promotion and commercial success of 72/20 to Durk's reputation, brand, and street credibility in Chicago. SME Alamo Lil Durk sought to capitalize off the murder of Stephon Mack with the release of Lil Durk's seventh studio album, 7/20/20. The album was released on March 11, 2022 through only the family Alamo Records SME. On information on belief, 7/20/20 was marked and distributed with the intent to capitalize off Mack's murder and revenge for the killing of Durk's brother Deontay Banks Jr. D-Thing. Multiple songs on the album contain lyrics reference acts of retaliation, vengeance, and violence, domination over the rival factions, including Gangsta Disciples. The album titled 72020 itself is a reference to 7220 South Halsted Street in Chicago, the home of Lil Durk's grandmother and the location where he was raised. By invoking the address as the title of the album, Durk and his labels grounded the album in geography and culture of Chicago South Side, the birthplace of drill music and a focal point of ongoing gang conflicts. In a public interview, the Alamo Records executive confirmed that 7220 was strategically marketed to Lil Durk's core fan base, particularly in Chicago. On information belief, Alamo and Sony carried out geo-targeted marketing and promotional campaigns directed specifically at Chicago area listeners, platforms, and media outlets by intentionally linking the album's content to his life real murder of Stefan Mack and anchoring it in Chicago's cultural and physical geography. Alamo Records and Sony Music Entertainment purposefully availed themselves in the jurisdiction. As part of the marketing campaign 7220, Lil Durk filmed several music videos in Chicago, which was then promoted, distributed, and monetized by Alamo and Sony Music, including music videos referencing the murder of Stefan Mack. Unlike previous releases, 7220, including a disclaimer stating that the lyrics was fictional and not based on true events. That was the first time Lil Durk album distributed by Alamo. On information and belief added, Lil Durk was engaged, involved, and promoted the content depicting of violence, including killing of Stefan Mack. Yep, and then they go through all the conspiracies, man. Upon information, as part of conspiracy, Lil Durk approved whether actually and offered and arranged for a cash bounty to be paid for the murder of Stefan Mack. Upon information and belief, this bounty was communicated and accepted by Anthony Montgomery Wilson, as alleged herein defendants Durk Banks, also known as Lil Durk, OTF, Anthony Montgomery, acting as an agent of OTF, Preston Powell, co-conspirator 1 and co-conspirator 2, entered into agreements with each other to commit a battery, assault, and wrongful death for Stefan Mack. So Jam, co-conspirator 1, which is Durk, co-conspirator 2 is Jam, co-conspirator 7 is, co-conspirator 1 and 2. No. Co-conspirator 1 and 2 is Anthony and what's the name? In the Vicar murder, they number 7 and 8. They just switched them around. So Anthony and Preston Powell is co-conspirator 1 and 2. Yeah, Lil Durk, fuck, man. Hey, man, shut your bitch ass up. All this information out. What are you talking about? Get the fuck off my page, nigga. You don't run shit over here. Get your internet thug ass out of here. Tell your name, Peasy. You name your name after somebody else. Like, you crazy, bro. Get your lame ass off my page, bro. On everything. This shit been out. Don't you see this? Don't you see all this? Did you tell Lil Durk to stay off the phone, nigga? Huh? You ain't tell Lil Durk that, huh? Oh, I know y'all want to troll, man. But it's okay. I'm getting paid. Just know I'm getting paid, brother. You hear me? Hey, look, if Lil Durk would have listened to me and ran, he wouldn't be going through this shit. Y'all still don't say, hey, Trenches News, bro, you was real for that. Telling him to run. You ain't saying that shit. But now I'm talking bad about him. Now I'm reporting about him. And now you mad, though. But you weren't happy when I told him to run. You said I was on some police shit by telling them to run. Now I'm on some police shit just by reporting on paperwork that you can't get. So you mad and saying, oh, just let it come out. Nah, bitch, I got the paperwork. I'm putting it out. Fuck is wrong with you? Nigga, go pay your child support, brother. Your baby mama can't even get $50 out of you. And you on my page talking shit, Peasy. I don't want to hear no shit from no niggas who don't send their kids no money or none of that. Don't come on my page. This the wrong page to even try to troll, bro. Like, you in debt with your kids, nigga. You stand on the same block your kids live on and they don't even see you. So get the fuck off my page, brother. Yeah, this a long document, though. Y'all get it one day, though, man. They gonna come out with the Testify Mac paperwork, man, and y'all get it, man. But until then, man, yeah, the Vicar is like a violence. What that shit is? Violence, racketeering influence. It's something, I forgot what it was. It's violence something, racketeering. It basically box you in. The Vicar, it box you in, man. They ain't gotta prove much. They just gotta prove that you was aware doing a Vicar. But it's definitely a racketeering charge. Violent crimes and aid of racketeering. Yeah. Yeah, box you in, man. And they brought that just in case Durk could wiggle his way out of that if he was. You gonna get hit over his head twice, man. But yeah, that's what we got on Lil Durk, man. Now Jam finally out. Now y'all know it's Jam for real. You know everybody gonna take the credit and say, "Oh, I said it." You ain't say shit. I seen motherfuckers say Ken was number 2. Ken was on the hit, and that wasn't Jam. But you know how I know it was Jam? And I showed this y'all to y'all a long time ago too. Let me show y'all this real quick. Hey, what Mr. CJ Talk at? Somebody get him on here. Somebody get Mr. CJ Talk on here. Cause Mr. CJ Talk doubted me, man. He was one of the ones who doubted me. He said, "Swipe, how you know it's Jam though?" Like, how I know it's Jam? Hold on. Damn, what that big picture at? Ain't this a big picture of that shit? Any? No, I'm trying to look. I need another picture. Hold on, y'all. Do I just look at all? Would it pop up? Just images. It ain't popping up though. Oh, here it go. Here it go right here. Hold on, y'all. Now you gotta figure out which one. Which one? Hold on, y'all. Remember when I told y'all, when y'all asked me how I knew it was Jam too? Let me show y'all. What the fuck? Why is it not blowing up? Why is it over like that? Hey, anyways, hey, remember when I was telling y'all that picture? You see the picture in the background? And I told y'all that was Jam. I say, man, that's Jam. I know that's Jam because I know Jam from the streets. And that's Jam holding that gun like that, letting that motherfucker ride. You remember I said that? On some real shit. That's how I knew it was Jam, bro. Soon when that picture came out, I said, yeah, that's Jam. That's Jam on that picture at that gas station. I'm pretty sure that's him. You hear me? Like for real. And OTF had told me that shit. I was like, how y'all know? I'm thinking they just hating on Jam and shit. Like, how the fuck you know it's Jam? They're like, man, that's Jam, bro. Jam flew on the plane with them. He the only one ain't locked up. And then when that picture came out on Line Crime, I'm like, yeah, that's Jam. And then Nene went to Jam page and found the same outfit that Jam got on. He got on the same shoes and pants in that picture on his page. So I knew it was Jam. Soon when Nene found the products, she said, these the same shoes. We zoomed in. We said, that's Jam. So I been knew it was Jam, bro. And when Mr. CJ, hey, Mr. CJ, if you ever see this on the rewind, man, I told you it was Jam, brother. Ooh, there goes another robbery. No promotion, man. No free promoting, man. All right, let me see. Let me see, y'all. Let me see what Whack 100 got to say. Hey, shout out Explosive XXX. Shout out my boy Sparks Visual too, man. I got to see what Whack got to say about this shit. Whack always the blame, man. Whack gonna be like, I'm always the blame. Whack ass always in some shit. Whack 100. Why can't respond to that shit? All right, let me see. Let me see. Who else? That's 16 hours ago. All right, hold on. I gotta see something, man. I gotta see something real quick. Shock start all over, right? All right, all right, all right. I'm catching back on to this shit. I'm losing it. Hey, y'all. Hey, that part right there, I didn't understand. The man said in one bar, if Jam really wore a wire, I said some crazy shit on there. And then he say, put me in the car with Jam and we gonna fire it up. Y'all ain't hear the nigga? Man, I gotta rewind this. Hey, this who they say was in Chicago at $1 million worth of game, by the way. You heard it here from Trenches News. Y'all hear this nigga? Like for real, y'all on him? That man said, put me in the car with Jam and we gonna make a mess. Listen to him.
Car with Jam and them, I make a mess out here.
While I'm on that bitch talking crazy.
Put me in the car with Jam.
If Jam really wore while I'm on, gon'
man. Yeah, they say this. They say he won. Man. I don't know if it's him though, but he was one of the ones that $1 million worth of game that was from Cali. I asked the motherfucker who was that $1 million worth of game, and they said it was only 2 people from Cali. They said him and another motherfucker who was with him. So the other motherfucker could have called on he could have made the phone call. But he from Cali, he a lifelong resident. He been with Lil Durk now since King Von died. I mean, yeah, since right before Von died. That's what it's saying in the federal paperwork. Number 4 try to get Quando Rondo number. You know, it just all makes sense. And then he saying if Jam wore a wire, then he said some crazy shit on the wire, and then he said put me in the car with Jam and we gonna make a mess out here. That's crazy. No, it ain't Brick, man. It's this brother motherfucker or one of his homies. I guarantee. They probably call home to hey man, make sure you don't testify with them other niggas. That probably was a threat. That probably was a threat when Durk was talking to him on the phone. His name is 900 bruh or some shit. I don't know, dude, man. I just know that a motherfucker who was at $1 million worth of game, when they said, hey, Swipe, who you say number 4? And I was like, number 4, they said, is a lifelong resident of California. He was like, man, it was only 2 niggas from Cali up in there with us, man. That was some dude named Bruh. And I'm like, Bruh. So I went to go and look him up, and it was this guy. And he was on No Jumper talking about Lil Durk. And then he did a phone call with Lil Durk. So I'm like, Lil Durk can't be this dumb for him to be called number 4, and he calling out to the real to him. He can't be that fucking dumb, is he? I don't know. Man, ain't no, hey, I don't even know who 900 TJ is. I know 800 TJ. What's up, Mook? Yeah, I don't know who 900 TJ is. Yeah, hey, look, Lil Durk probably that dumb, man. Cause if this nigga just said, put me in a car with Jam and we gonna make a mess, but you just said Jam had on the wire. I'm confused now. So now me and Nene got to deal with Jam. I swear we make a mess out here. Out where? Is he saying they should have put him in the car with Jam? Hey, if niggas ain't good at rapping, they good on telling on they motherfucking self. That's crazy. He said if Jam wore a wire, I said some crazy shit. But you put me in the car with him and we'll make a mess. And Jam up in there locked up for this shit. So do Jam have a right to snitch on him? If he was involved, you saying he making a record and I'm locked up, nigga. You talking about we would have made a mess out where? You from California. They saying call number 4 from California. You hear me? I can tell y'all one thing, man. Jam ain't losing no sleep right now. He probably laughing like a motherfucker. He ain't losing no sleep right now. Jam laughing like a motherfucker right now. I'm gonna get him on the line once we figure out where he at. I'm getting Jam on the line. I'm getting him on the line. If I gotta send him some Zuzus and Wham Whams, goddamn, we getting Jam on this bitch. And I'm gonna hook him up with Vlad for the 50 first. Hey Vlad, make sure you send 20 of that to me and send 30 to his people. He say don't speak on fam business, and then the next line he speak on it. Yeah, man. They crazy, bro. I must say, Lil Durk brought this shit among himself, though, man. He brought it to himself, bro. First of all, you don't even know Marley and AJ. What the fuck is they doing that $1 million worth of game? They just killed somebody for y'all. Like nobody thought, bro. Like nobody thought. Like, why is the killers around you after they kill? Hey, look, I even say this, y'all. I even give Lil Durk this. Maybe if Lil Durk didn't fly to California, I'd say Lil Durk could beat it. It's a 50-50. But by Lil Durk flying to California with Bonnie, man, it's over with, bro. It's Bonnie word against Lil Durk. Lil Durk can say, I was going to a podcast, all he want to. Bonnie, how you think I got his credit card to use? He gave me his card out of his wallet and told me, buy everything on this, put everything on this. We're going to do that as a write-off. You know, Durk thought he's probably talking good and shit. You know how a nigga educated motherfucker from the trenches. Hey, put this on the OTF card. We're going to get that on the write-off. We can just say we brought some masks and gloves for the kids. Motherfucker, you in California at this. What the fuck you need a mask for in California? Like, that's crazy, man. You say, Swipe, you think Drew gonna do? You think Drew gonna do what, Jam? Drew ain't gonna do shit to Jam. Drew could tell Jam he lying all day. You're lying, you're lying, you're lying. That don't mean shit. If the jury say he's a killer, he killed 8 people. Yeah, Lil Durk did this shit. If he's saying he did it, if he's saying he killed 8 people, and he did it in the name of Lil Durk, and then they play that music, gave Jam 50, he ain't got to ask again. Hey, look, hold on. Let me type this in real quick. Let me type this in real quick for y'all, because I love y'all. I know I ain't been on here. I've been working on movies. Hey, look, after this go off, man, I need y'all to go and watch the documentary, man, with me, King Louie, and all us in it, man. It's online right now. It's hooked up to my page. I'm going to pull it up for y'all after this so y'all could go and y'all could go and watch it, man. Make sure y'all stream all my videos. Hey, look, you can go back all the way 2 years ago when Durk them first got locked up. Before Durk got locked up, I told him to run. Then when he got locked up, I told y'all it was Jam. They told me right away. Soon when Durk got locked up, they called me that night. Jam told on him. Report about it. On everything, bro. And I hit Vlad that night and told Vlad. When they told me, I say, Vlad, I know who it is. He say, who? I say, it's Jam, man. He say, you sure? How you know it's Jam? Is it in the paperwork? I say, you don't need paperwork if you from the streets. If you from the streets and you know people who involved in the crimes and people around them, then you know who did it for a fact. They could come out and say this on. They could come out and say something a little bit, and we'll be like, oh yeah, that's him. You know. So hold on. What I was finna look up? Oh, OTF. Jam.
It's that motherfucking Mixtape Trappers Radio, man. I got a special guest in the building right now, bitch. OTF Jam, man. What's happening?
Word, man.
That's good with you, bro.
And this bitch, man. You know?
Yeah. Dog, like a lot of niggas don't know, bro. Like, dog, you really tapped in, bro. Like you really one of them niggas, bro. No bullshit, bro.
Question.
That's my question. No bullshit. Hey, yeah, but you see me out here right now, bro, dog. We in the trenches right now. We in Chirac right now. You know what I'm saying? Like tell us about that shit. Like, well, motherfucker ain't never been in the trenches in Chirac. Like, you tell them be cool.
You know, some motherfuckers be like portraying an image or want to be a part of something. They ain't like, this shit ain't for everybody. You know what I'm saying? It ain't. Like, stay in your lane, you feel me? That's how people get hurt.
Like, real.
You know?
Yeah, but for the people that don't know who OTF Jam is, like let them know who you is.
For everybody don't know who OTF Jam is, everybody in that motherfucking room, nigga, you going to jail on everything. Y'all ass going down. Y'all should have turned y'all master, Smirkio, to pay Jam, man. That's one person you should never fucked over, bro. It's Jam, bro. He tried to treat Jam like he was Bonnie and them, bro. You can't do that, man. The Jam above Durk in the streets, man. Jam could go through the jail, everybody scared of him. Durk come through the jail, they be like, nigga, when the doors roll, we finna whoop you. Jam headbutt motherfuckers when he come out the cell.
Say, man, OTF Jam, man. Feel me? Every day, real street, you know? Rapper. Nah, this I ain't no rapper.
Yeah. Why you do like that though? Like, fuck around with it. Yeah.
Nah, cause you know it's a difference though. In my eyes though. Like a rapper just cause you got some motherfuckers that just rap about shit because they know how to make it sound good and really in the streets. But you know, that's what people want to hear. That's what young people want to hear. So I'm gonna rap about us in the streets. You know what I'm saying? But really ain't that. So I ain't no rapper. I'm just a street dude with a little talent. Put it like that.
Like it's a big difference. Yeah, you even get linked in with just OTF period?
Man, shit. You get LinkedIn. Started with LinkedIn. You grew up to that. This ain't no people I met. Nah, I knew them. Like I'm saying, this was before jail. I know Durk was rapping. We came out that loud one lifestyle. You know what I'm saying? Back then, like before y'all never even heard of that. Like, this was shit in our parties, like personal shit. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like that's bro. I'm saying my whole time in jail, that stayed, bro. Like before the money, you know what I'm saying? That was bro. Like I remember when the money wasn't there, first I'm gonna say you 50, I got you and I still do gave my lawyer money and everything when I'm fighting my case. I ain't gonna lie, Durk come through all that, like Durk come through. That's sure. I don't give a fuck nobody say like I know I'm a real witness. Like a lot of niggas can't say anything. Like in my life, my whole time in jail, I was straight.
So what's up? Like he was one of the main motherfuckers that held you down your whole bit.
Hell yeah. A lot of the guys did, but hell yeah, he was.
I hood like that though. Yeah, I hood like that. No, nobody can have. Everybody get taken care of.
Everybody get taken care of.
Some gang shit, none of that shit. It's like some family shit.
Right.
My brother locked up.
Yeah, we always came together and made sure the guys were straight. Like shit, this before
he
I was going
rich.
to out of home and all type of shit. That shit was mandatory. Like hell yeah, bro. Like played this part for sure. Like overplayed it. I love bro for that. Can't that shit forever.
Yeah. Yeah, because he's super solid, bro. Like a lot of niggas, like, you know what I'm saying? He said, Jam, get out that jam and give him 50. He ain't got to ask again, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? He ain't got to ask shit, bro. He said he gave you 50, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Fact.
More than that shit. But shit, can you tell us how much he gave you, or you don't want to even know?
No, I ain't got to get into all that, but bro made sure he made a way for me to be straight, like he's saying, gotta ask again, you know, like shit. Crib, car, all that. Being able to take care of anything I have to take care of, period. Like, it's still up.
Yeah, that's what we do. Yeah, but shit, like, I know you said you weren't rapping, you was on street shit, but like, what was it like, period, growing up for you, like in Chicago, like before you got locked up?
Bad as hell.
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah, man, but I like Big Hurt and Steve. What's that, Raffler? What you talking about?
Harbor Freight Tools are doing hard work for real mechanics, real contractors, and serious tool users across America. All demand affordable tools that don't quit because they never quit. Harbor Freight, built for tool people.
We have created an ideal combatant to be deployed against the domestic populace.
Durk is in his situation, took care of Jam, 50,000. He don't even got to ask twice. He don't even got to remind me. OTF Barney, he's living life. He's his everyday, day to day. Durk, you can't be sad, bro. You can't be disappointed, bro. You can't. That's what you signed up for, bro. That's what the streets come with, remember? You can't be, oh no, but damn, niggas really, nah, man, niggas turned their back on Durk, bro. Nah. What y'all sad about? I thought that's what the streets come with. That you guys accepted that. So again, you said, yo, can't niggas say the same about you? Yes, I embrace it. Oh, okay. Oh, I can't use that niggas kidnap me, slap my baby moms, and like, oh, you can't just tell, nigga. But you wouldn't know because you don't know that's what the streets come with. Don't jump in the streets.
I ain't gonna lie, y'all. I ain't gonna lie. I hear what people be saying about 6ix9ine and all that shit, but I'm just here to keep it real with you. I don't give a fuck about my name or the Duck Trial, none of that shit. I don't give a fuck about no street name or none of that shit. You hear me? Hey, look, 6ix9ine, man, they kidnapped his girl. They kidnapped, whatever they did to him, bro. This gang did some snake shit. They snaked him out, bro. They kidnapping him, holding them for ransom, and then calling in the gang got him the whole time, bro. Do he supposed to go down in a Rico with some niggas who kidnapped him? Hell fucking no. To y'all probably go down with some niggas who knocked out y'all teeth and shit like that. Then you go down in a Rico with these niggas. He wasn't trying to go. He weighed out his options. Shit, they should never snaked him. Hey, people say they know what they signed up for, but he is telling the truth, bro. Ain't no rules to this shit. You could shoot me. You could shoot me, but I ain't supposed to tell him. Get the fuck out of here, man. Like it's just crazy, bro. I don't know, but I'm grown now, so I don't know, bro.
You don't know? Third, that's what the streets come with, bro. Niggas gonna switch up. There's no loyalty in the streets. What are you talking about? You get it? Why are we changing it now?
Wait, so would you think it's fair if someone says, well, if niggas telling on Durk need a
All right, King Manny. Okay, King Manny. Let's talk about it. King Manny say he signed up for that shit, right? All right, King Manny. Since 6ix9ine signed up for that shit, right? So Durk signed up for knowing that the shit that he doing, shooting at people and doing that shit, right? Is it true, King Manny, of what you saying, King Manny, according to you, right? Because we ain't just gonna stretch it because it's 6ix9ine, right? So Lil Durk called the police on some people who was finna come in his house and get him. We don't know if they was finna get him for the shit that he did to their family members or not, but he called the police. Is it a difference than what 6ix9ine did? Like, come on, bro. Get out of here, man. Like, Lil Durk called the police, man, on the killers, bro. Durk said that. I got the video cam now. We can watch it if you want to. Durk admitted to shooting. He told the police that the killers went through the back. That's furthering an investigation. It ain't no big difference, man. What's the difference? 6ix9ine got on the stand, but Durk didn't. What's the difference if the killers would have went to jail? Once them people get caught in Lil Durk crib, they knew that they had on 3 ski masks. They knew it was 3 of them. That's a description, man. That's getting law enforcement a description. If you had on some Michael Jordans and your homie them had on 2 pair of Air Force Ones, and I say, oh man, the shooters had on a pair of Jordans and his homies them who was with him had on 2 pair of black and white Air Force Ones. Did I not give you up? Like, come on, man. Hey, look, you can't be biased to this shit, man. You can't say don't talk to the cops, and then when you in danger, call the cops, bro. No, it don't. No, what I'm saying is, even if he said the guns was India guns, the man still told the police on the camera in front of all of us in 4K that the killers went out the back door, man. He said the killers went out the back door, bro. I'm just saying, Lil Durk, according to Lil Durk, when Lil Durk was on Academics doing the interview, when Academics was on the interview with Lil Durk, Academics said, damn, man, so if you get shot, And he said, man, don't tell them people nothing. Don't tell them nothing. You can't make the rules, man. And then when shit happens to you, you stretch the rules like, oh man, I was with my girl in the house. He had 10 guns in the house. Why he ain't go out like Rambo? Fuck you need the police for? And now the police got his phones, and now he's trying to get his phones thrown out. Oh, but you wanted the police help though. You wanted the police help when you thought somebody was in that big ass house of yours. But now you don't want their help. You want your phone back. You know, like, come on, man. I just keep shit 100, man. Like, for real. Just like with Young Thug. Young Thug said in there on camera. Young Thug said, call my phone. Any information you need, I'll give it to you. But they on Gunna back. Lil Durk saying Gunna. Lil Durk said Gunna a rat. But Young Thug said, here, tell the boat, hey, I'll give you all the information. But Gunna said it in the courtroom. That's what makes it the difference between y'all slowpokes. Oh, Gunna was in the court though. But Young Thug said it on video. The fuck's the difference? How you know how many people he got raided? How you know how many people got pulled over because he done told what car y'all was in? Or the trap house getting raided? We don't know this shit. Like, for real, man. That's why I don't like that big bank dude. The big bank and that lady, they push the narrative on everybody else. Talk about everybody else from the state. Soon when they come to Atlanta, he really ain't saying nothing, man. What'd he say? Like, come on, man. Get up out of here, bro. Hey, the rules of the game, you ain't supposed to talk to the police, period, man. That's the rules of the game, man. You ain't supposed to say nothing to the law, but lawyer. Anything else, bro, you furthering the investigation. That's what the game rules is, man. I ain't make them up, man. But if you saying that Gunna told, Durk told. Durk definitely told. If you saying Gunna told by saying that it's a gang and we all know it's a gang, because they say gang in every fucking second of the lyrics, then shit, Lil Durk told. That's all to it. I ain't biased with this shit. Like, I don't care about that shit. I just be fair with it. Like, don't just point out one person and then your homie over there. Like I told 051. All right, y'all, you on the interview, talking about me, kiddo, but you standing right next to Arrow, a person who told on Bezu that Bezu killed his sister. And now, guess what? Guess what, y'all? After all these years, right? 051 Pre-Boy come out and say, oh yeah, he told on Zoo. Now he told on Zoo after y'all been kicking it with him this whole time. But y'all study making shit about me. But y'all know this man, you hear me? But they can't use Arrow no more. They can't get no more card licks and shit out of him. So now he a rat now. They done used them up now. They knew that he told on Zoo 10 years ago when his sister died. 16 years ago. But now he don't want to give them no credit card information so they can get some scams. Now he a rat. You hear me? You see how that shit work? But then every video with him, when they had the shootout with 600 with Breezy and them, he in the video. He in drilling them videos, dancing around and everything. But now that he can't look out for them no more, you see? Now they put them on blast now. He say Rollo, his daddy. Hell no. Hey, yeah, but look, that's all I'm saying though, man. We got to teach the kids better, bro. We can't teach the kids, man, the shit that we grew up off of and be broke all their fucking life, man. Just tell the kids. You ain't got to tell the kids to snitch on nobody. Just tell them, man, hey, look, don't join no gang. Don't even be in the shit. So you won't have to do it because they going to do you dirty anyway. You know what I'm talking about? Just try to deter the kids, man. I'm 42 years old, man. I don't get no fuck on everything. Couple more years, man. I want a property like Boosie got with multiple houses on that motherfucker. That's what I'm working for right now, man. I really don't give a fuck what nobody think about me. You hear me? Because if I thought about what everybody thought about me, and I have gray hairs and be stressed. You hear me? I look like I'm 60. But I look like I'm 18, 19 years old, and I'm 42. So that's the good thing, man. That's the good thing about life. I look young. I'm talking about I could be outside at nighttime. The police be like, hey, we need to see your ID. Man, I'm grown as hell, bro. What you mean ID? Well, you look like a kid. Like, for real. I love that shit, though. I love that shit. Think I'm a kid. So if you think I'm a kid, I hope the game members think I'm a kid. I hope the game members think I'm a kid too and not let off that switch. He say, what's the latest on Booney Mo? Boona. Boona don't like me, man. I be reporting about him, so he don't like me no more. He had some girl hit me up talking about some. Why you reporting about Boona? He know he know you know his mama and them. I say I don't give no fuck about that, baby. He should never left a motherfucker by a church. I don't care about that shit. That I know his mama. His mama be engaging in bullshit too. On everything. They in black cars. They got on ski masks. She dropping people locations and shit. I ain't with that shit. His mama with the bullshit. Nigga, you should never drop old boy out by a church. First of all, your dumb ass picked him up at the Waffle House. They got cameras 360 around the building with no mask on. Then you went in his house, left your fingerprint. They got cameras, told his girl, hey, look, I know I came over your house 50 times and took off my shoes and everything, but kiss him, because this is the last time you going to see him. And then left the girl in the house. Soon when they left out with Oscar, the girl say, you know? And she was telling the police in Spanish that Boona had took him. And they was asking her, do you know Boona? How you know Boona? Because he came over my house. He came to my kid's baby shower. Me and my husband went to his kid's baby shower. You know? You done killed the motherfucker who you done took to your baby shower and shit. Like, come on, man. I'm going to report about your goof ass. And he on the phone with a transformer talking about me. He on the phone with a straight transformer. What's up with that guy Trench's news talking about you? A straight transformer on the phone with Boona. On my mama. Sound like what's that dude name? Sassy Santana. On everything. He sound like he a fat ass Geechee or something. What's up with that guy Trench's news? He be talking about you. I'm gonna keep on talking about you, nigga. You should never crashed out. I told you if you fuck up, I report. You don't see me reporting about Lamron because they ain't fucking up. Lamron on their business. I don't report about them. I don't report about people who stay out the way. I don't just go looking for shit. But if it's right in my face, like that news report, like Boona shot the little kid and dropped his ID, I'm gonna report about it. Yeah, he was on the phone with a Geechee talking about me. Like, that's crazy, bro. That's crazy as hell. Y'all gonna know it's a Geechee too. Boona bogus. That mean Lil Durk gone, ain't no money, and he talking to Geechees just to talk to somebody. Yeah. So that's the update on Boona. He J. He J. He Lil J swimming in a fish, swimming with the fishes. They supposed to say I can't wait for the trial to just start. I've been watching the Keefy D. Yeah, I've been watching the Keefy D too, man. I can't even watch Keefy D though, bro. I be sitting there watching. I wait till Nene go to sleep and shit. I get to watching and shit. So I'm watching Keefy D. And Keefy D trying to blame everybody else, throwing everybody up under the bus. Like, bitch, you should never wrote a book. You should never went on Vlad. Take it on the chin, bro. Like, that's one thing about me. If I commit a crime with you, I'm going to take my weight. I always took my weight. I ain't going to take no weight from nobody else, though. Never again. I done took motherfucker weight, and the nigga ain't sent me a dime in jail. I done went back on a parole violation for a motherfucker gun, some cocaine, all that shit. And the nigga, man, bro, you a real nigga. Damn, you ain't got nothing for me, bro? Oh, that's all right. You ain't got to pay me, bro. That's all love. Hey, bro, what you doing? I got some hoes. Want to get out with them? Yeah, man. Hey, let me put on my shirt. Hey, Scud. Finna leave his back door open. Go ahead, kick that bitch off the hinges. Take everything up in there. He got the coke in the deep freezer. He got the weed in the cabins. You hear me? That's when you got to get a nigga. When you just did some time for him and he talking about some, man, you a real nigga. And then offer me $1. I came straight to his house. I'm thinking he finna hit my hand. They like, man, he got some money. That motherfucker say, man, you a real nigga, and patted me on my back. I say, oh, don't trip. Hey, don't trip. I already had it in my mind. If he don't give me no money, I'm a trick him out his spot, and I'm gonna have my homies now kick through the door. And that's what we did. We put our mind together. Go ahead, kick through that back door, take everything. Soon we got back with the hoes and shit. He got dropped down to his knees, like Lil Durk said. I dropped down to my knees when the law came, but the law ain't come. He seen everything. He seen everywhere where he left his shit at open. The cabin open, the deep freezer open, the oven open, on everything. The shoebox gone. He seen all that shit. He was like, man, they gonna kill me. I was like, man, shit, who gonna kill you? Man, the people I was working for. Oh, man, I'm gonna holler at you later, man. I ain't got nothing to do with that, man. Shit. What you got yourself into, man? Who you told that was in there? Man, only told like 4 people knew that was right there. I said 4 people too many. On everything. He ain't even have to tell me. I just seen him going over there too many times and picking up shit and fumbling with it. I just went off his movement like, yeah, it's there. That must be the weed. He's checking all his spots right in front of me. On everything, bro. And I did time for him. Even though I went back on a parole violation, you know, no money, no lawyer, no none of that. If I wouldn't have got out of state bill, I would have had a motherfucking ounce of crack, an ounce of cocaine, and I would have went back to the county after I did my parole violation, which was 2 years. 2 years, split in half. That's a year. So I would have had to go and do a year on parole and then go back to Cook County Jail with an ounce of coke with a no bond. Fuck nah. On everything. And the man pat me on my back, bro. Like I was a straight simp. He say, man, you a real nigga, bro. Niggas don't do that. I say, man, I took that shit, man, because you just got out of the feds, man. Did 15 years. Hey, but if you take some weight, don't expect nothing from nobody. If you take that shit, just take it off the bottom of your heart, man. Don't expect nothing, man, because niggas ain't real, bro. Niggas would be like, man, his ass is goofy. I would have never did that shit. But you saved him from going to jail. It's confirmed, OTF Bonnie. Hey, man, you 8 years late, man. I've been put out the information, man. Hey, you like 20 years late, man. You 20 years late, brother. Hey, I told you my channel is futuristic. What's his name? Justice? Yeah, my channel futuristic, brother. You telling me that it's confirmed, OTF Bonnie. It been confirmed. The first week that Bonnie was in that motherfucker, I knew that he told. I'm telling you, bro. Hey, when you know these people, I ain't got to go to Trap Lord Ross or nobody page on YouTube. I know these people, bro. They all BDs. Anything concerning the BDs, I got the information. I'm going to know like this. Anything concerning Stones, Motown, or No Limit, I'm going to know like this. Anywhere where I've been at, THF, all that shit, I'm going to know like this. I'm going to know like this, bro. Bang. When Mills got killed, I told 051 that he was dead. They didn't even know he was dead. I say, Mills dead, bro, on 73rd, bro. Remember we got the thing? I'm like, Mills dead, bro. They're like, never, bro. He just got out of jail. I'm like, Mills dead, bro. I'm telling you. All you got to do is go and look. Then they got to asking me how I know. Nigga, I ain't finna give up my motherfucking source, nigga. You just know he dead, motherfucker. I ain't kill him. On everything, they questioning me. The little niggas from 051. I tell them they homie dead, bro. I'm like, hey, bro, I just got word. Somebody inboxed me and said, your homie dead. They like, screenshot that name. I ain't screenshot nigga. Nigga, you sound like the police now. He telling me to screenshot it. I ain't screenshot nothing. It was about 15 of they little ass 051. These ain't the drillers. These the little motherfuckers. They coming through my page. Hey, man, we need a screenshot of whoever told you that shit. Or we gonna think you did, nigga. I ain't did nothing. All I told you. A motherfucker hit me up and say, hey, Swipe. Hey, Mill's dead. He over there on the ground, man. Hey, I can't help it if they told me. Just like somebody called me and told me, look, Mike was dead. The person who was there on the scene, he called me. He said, Mikey on the ground right now. Hey, I just woke up. I couldn't believe it. Remember, Nene, I woke up. I'm like, what the fuck? Lil Mikey on the ground. He said, man, it was Jaro. You hear me? I ain't asked for that shit. Hey, he called me with it. He called me and told me. He say, man, Jaro City Mikey on the ground right now. He just got shot. He even did the gun sound. He was like, that motherfucker like, I'm like, yeah, little Mikey. So I hit his auntie. I'm like, little Mikey dead. She like, hell no, I just talked to him. I called some more people. I called Billionaire. I say, Billionaire, little Mikey dead, bro. He on the ground on 63rd. Billionaire was like, get the fuck out of here. I'm like, bro, ask Billionaire. He'll tell you. Everybody y'all called, bro. They was like, nah, it was like foreign to them. It was like foreign to them. When Kenny Mac told me to check on Duck, I called motherfuckers. They like, man, Duck ain't shot, man. We just talked to him. Whole time Duck was downtown shot. Kenny Mac told me. The nigga who did it, you call my phone and tell me. Your ass going to jail, bitch. On everything. I ain't trying to hear that shit. On everything. Don't call my motherfucking phone talking about no motherfucking check on Duck. Then the nigga try to swap out, hey, bro, you got some bangers? Like a week later. You got some bangers, bro? I want to swipe out these 2 pipes with you. You hear me? You said he was gonna give me the murder weapons that got Duck. You hear me? Like, come on, man. And then I was BD. So if it come down to it, you can be like, oh, he got the pipes. He gave them to me. You hear me? Like, fuck out of here. I ain't gonna give you no chance if I think you trying to set me up, nigga. Who y'all think got immunity? Shit, it better be Jam. Shit, if Jam finna have to testify in a Vicar and this, you got to get immunity. Jam know about all the murders, man. I wouldn't be surprised if the 2 gas stations pop up on Lil Durk. Why is he in the middle of trial? The feds come with a national RICO, a real RICO. You hear me? The RICO, not no motherfucking bike car, none of that. I'm talking about the RICO. You hear me? Like what they hit the mob with. Because they still got cash murder out there, bro. Like cash shit gonna get solved. Zoo shit gonna get solved. They already know who killed Zoo. Zoo case is a federal case. On everything. Zoo killer's going to the feds, bro. On my mama, bro. How would I know that? On everything. Hey, somebody gotta inbox me and tell me, right? How did I know Zoo was dead? How do I know Zoo was still alive? Somebody had to hit me up and say Zoo's still alive, right? You know, you just gotta ask yourself that question. How Trench News know that? He must know somebody if he telling us Zoo alive and the whole internet saying he dead. I was telling y'all Zoo still alive. Everybody like, Zoo gone. Now Zoo still here, man. Zoo still here. And then Zoo. I don't know if Ted cooperating on this one because I talked to a motherfucker. I can't tell you who I talked to, but I thought he was co-conspirator number 5 at first. But I ended up talking to him, and he said that Lil Ted ain't got nothing to do with this. He ain't say the bike car, though. He said he don't know about the body that Lil Ted was talking about. He's still trying to figure it out. But he was like, he know everybody who on this case. Y'all know Drew got big lips. Soon when Drew got the list, Drew went to go and tell Big Durk, and Big Durk told the killers, and the killers telling their motherfucking body. Y'all know how this shit getting out. Drew Finley. Hey, look, I just want to ask y'all this. Hey, remember they put that rat on Vonnie head? Remember they put that rat on Vonnie head? And that's the reason why his daddy came out, quote unquote. I came out because they put the Mickey Mouse, put the quote. How the fuck you think he knew that Vonnie told? Only Vonnie Daddy knew he told. Only me and Vonnie Daddy, Drew and them told. Like, damn, we got a problem. The guy who was on a fucking plane told on. You hear me? Drew think he with the thugs, bro. Yeah. Drew, hey, look. Lil Ted said he knew about a body on camera, But you got to read the paperwork. See, that's what comprehension kick in. On the paperwork, it say the person wrote a note to the police. They said PW1 wrote a note to the police and said that he knew about bodies. That's Jam. Jam is co-conspirator number 2, but they superseded the indictment. So by them superseding the indictment, Jam is PW1 now. There's no more co-conspirator 2 no more. Jam is PW1. Yup. Just like Marley and AJ. They was co-conspirator 1 and 2, but now in a Vicar, they 7 and 8. Zoo number 6. Booney Mo gotta be number 5. They said number 5 hired number 2, which is Jam. That's Booney Mo. So Booney Mo gotta be number 5. He in jail, so it really don't matter. He got 7 years. So it really don't matter when the feds pick his ass up, because he got 7 years anyway. For trafficking cocaine. Yeah. Number 4 is from California. Number 3 is a manager. Number 2 is Jam, and that's it. And number individual A is Lil Durk. Booney Mo gotta be number 5, man. Booney, hey, look, I'm gonna show you one time, man. Before I get up out of here, I'm gonna show you one time how Booney Mo number 5. How I think he number 5. I'm gonna go back to this Trap Lord Ross real quick. I gotta break it down for you, man. I remember the paperwork. I got shot in my head, but you can ask my wife, man. I can remember that from the first indictment all the way to the 4th one. I can remember what shit at and everything. I'd be like, Nene, I need you to check here. Woo, woo. She go to it and be like, damn, it's there. Like, I can remember it. But look, we gotta go to this Trap Lord Ross real quick.
I think s'mores should be on fire. Producers said no. Firefly says yes.
Thank for his life.
Oh, that's hot.
Now, I'm talking about Booney Mo right now.
Ooh, I like
person
that.
who fighting for his life.
Here's to being here in Wisconsin.
Or what's the name?
Come
Or the
along
other
as we
dude
make our
who got
way
locked
across
up with
this
the
great
cameraman.
state with family
Don't
and
forget
friends.
about him. He got
Where
locked up with the
moments become
cameraman. Remember the
legend,
BD?
and
Who I
stories
said he was
souvenirs.
back door Lil Joe in the county.
Nestled
He was
deep in
getting
the
back
valley
door
of
by
the
the Geechee,
Wisconsin River,
Alicia
Spring
Keys.
Green and its surroundings are an
He got locked
absolute
up too.
treasure.
That's who they tried
So
to tell me
says
that was
every family who has
that was
come seeking its royal beauty.
PW number 2.
Whether it's a week
That's
or
what
a
they was trying
weekend,
to say
I
at
love
first.
when
Here,
mom and dad put a
PW.
trip together for some
And now
family
we know
time.
that PW number 2 is Bonnie. OTF Bonnie is PW number 2.
Okay, so look, I'm here outside the federal courthouse, all right? This is the second video that I'm actually now making on the information that came out today. And if you last severed the indictment and all right? So after that went down, the judge basically...
What's going on?
Okay, so look, I'm here outside the federal courthouse, all right? This is the second video. Before anyone says, "Oh, that didn't," I'm going to tell you what the judge said, and you're going to get the gist. You're going to get an impression of the types of rulings. Types of motorbikers coming by. For their own honor, they needed to get back and get revenge on King Von. That's what was going on, right? So after that went down, the judge basically said, well, if that was so important, why are you just bringing this up now? You're a little bit late to the party on bringing up this information. And then after that, the prosecution basically said, we did bring it up with an expert witness a year ago. You guys are overlooking that. They basically said, look, this piece of information, this is what makes this senseless crime make sense. They said Durk being a multi-millionaire rap star who's doing songs with Drake, him sending a hit squad doesn't make sense unless you factor in the fact that King Von was his best friend. He had signed him musically, and that his status as the king of the BDs on King David was needed to be defended. They needed to defend his honor. The only thing that makes a millionaire rapper like Lil Durk throw his whole life away sending a hit squad a day's notice to a whole nother state is King Von's status. It makes sense to me. So active out here. So after that, all right, I'm gonna have to yell over this thing, man. It's crazy. So after that, the judge basically said, well, look, 183 and 184, it kind of is like, based on my view that this is part of the gang theory. He said that seems most relevant. He said, what are the dates for Seen It All and the Federal Freestyle? Other songs and music videos that you guys are trying to include? And they said January 2023 was the Federal Freestyle, same as 182. They said OTF Jam is going to give the best estimate to when the videos for these songs were filmed. I don't know if they might have got that a little bit wrong, because I swear Federal Freestyle was on OTF's Loyal Bros 2 album, and I'm pretty sure that came out on December 16th, but obviously the music video came out later, so that might be the point of contention there. But anyway, I don't know. I'm just a Chiracologist over here. But anyway, after that, they said that OTF Jam would be given the best estimate of when those videos were filmed. They said that participating witness 1 was seen in the Federal Freestyle. Obviously, that's how we know it's OTF Jam. They're saying PW1 was seen in Federal Freestyle. Federal Freestyle is his song. It's a solo song that they put on the OTF group album. So the fact that they confirm it's Jam. Jam's the only one on Federal Freestyle. There's other people in the video, but it's his song, right? And Jam basically said he felt like if he didn't participate in the murder of Savia Robinson and the stalking of Quando Rondo, he didn't feel like he would have been included in these opportunities. He wouldn't be getting given his own song on the Loyal Bros album, Federal Freestyle, and a whole music video for it if he hadn't participated in this murder. He said the prosecution said there's a criminal component to OTF. The gang signs show this. This is very important. So Dee Dee's lawyer would jump in. He would basically say, look, you weren't supposed to include gang signs. The judge basically cut him off, said, look, I know that GDK is a reference to taunting the GDs. I know what that's all about. They said the messages between Durk and others, it references GDK, and it kind of goes against the theory that rap beef was fake for promo. They basically said, look, the prosecution basically said, look, Durk's team, they're going to get up there and have an expert witness say, oh, rap beef's all fake. They're all doing it for money. It's WWE wrestling shit. And basically, the prosecution are going to say, well, Durk's in messages talking about GDK. He big GDK. He GD killer. Doesn't sound, he's in his private messages. Doesn't sound like a made up rap beef if he in his private group chats talking about he big GD killer and all this kind of stuff. So after that, Brian Steele took the stand on this. He said this is totally prejudicial. He gave a bunch of case law and cases involving gang involvement as being prejudicial. And the judge basically was like, okay, I've heard enough. I'll take it under consideration. He didn't make it clear which way he was going to go on that one, but he said he was going to consider it. So after that, we were looking at evidence number 220. The judge basically said, I previously suggested that the voice memo should come in. This is really interesting. This could be a W for Durk. But he said, but I didn't realize how long after the murder this voice memo was recorded. Now, the prosecution said the court ruled that this was probative. We're allowed to include this. And the judge said, well, yeah, but not if it's a million years after the murder. Now, I thought that was a little bit, no disrespect to the judge, but it's like a little bit facetious to be like, oh yeah, well, if it's a million years. Okay, it's not a million years, but it's like around a year, around 1 year. A million years is crazy. We're getting into the future. SpaceX got data centers on the moon. Like, that's not when we're talking about a million. So
imagine being able to build anything just by thinking about it. Meet Base 44.
They basically said, the prosecution said, well, look, Jam was first recruited for the murder. This was interesting. It said he was recruited by Booney Mo, and apparently Booney Mo said to...
Hey, in the paperwork, it says, in the first indictment, it say that Booney Mo, not Booney Mo, it say co-conspirator number 5 and Banks, called co-conspirator number 2. They saying that, and the judge, the Fed saying that Booney Mo had hired Jam and called Jam. So the Booney Mo number 5. That's my final answer.
Jam directly, Blood, in reference to Durk. Blood wants to fly you out. Now that's a little bit of a pause, I'm not going to lie. So Jam getting flown out by Durk, but he ain't getting flown out like some of these other people getting flown out by Durk. They're saying that Booney Mo recruited him to get flown out for this murder, and he's going to testify to that. That's bad. So the voice note was apparently Booney Mo later saying that Blood, in reference to Lil Durk, wants to put money in the hood for sliders. Now I'm not going to lie to you, he a multi-millionaire rapper. They talking about he doing songs with Drake. Him holding money doesn't mean anything. Well, why is there a voice note of people saying that he wants to put money in the hood for sliders? Like, that's not really a great look. So they're basically saying that Booney is actually speaking on behalf of Lil Durk. They're saying that he directed these sliders, these stolen cars, to be purchased for the specific purpose of committing crimes. They're saying that Durk is the one exercising control over the group and the individuals in it. And they're saying that this text is basically context for the voice note that is going to be put forward. And the government said, look, we can trim it down if it's too long. And the judge said, look, if it's not if 220 should be admitted, it's if the voice note should actually join the exhibit. And the defense said, look, this is inadmissible. It was taken in April 2023. So the judge talking about if it's a million years after, April 2023, that's less than a year, right? Like, what's that? Like, it was in August, so that's what, 8 months after? That's 8 months and a million years is definitely two big differences. But anyway, I'm gonna leave the judge alone because he seemed like a real straight shooter. But from there, they basically explained that, like, they're just assuming that Doody Lowe is referring to Durk when he says blood, but he's saying that these guys refer to each other as blood all the time. They're saying this has nothing to do with the case, and it's interesting, right, because they're low-key snitching on themselves. They keep on saying, oh, these messages, they're not about the murder, they're about drug dealing. They're getting at each other, they're messaging each other about, like, little drug deals and little trap houses that they've got going on. It's like, okay, cool, but you guys copping out to a different crime? And also, I just find it hard to believe. What, you need sliders for drug dealing? How many people say they're going to go slide and sell some drugs? That's not how it works. Do you want to go slide? We're going to go slide on the ops and sell them drugs. That's not what happens. But anyway, they're going to try their best. So after that, we kind of saw a little bit more stuff kind of go down. And we basically kind of got some more information that pretty much just kind of went to, whether or not the judge should kind of stick to the ruling. And basically he kind of talked about the timing, whether there would be anything kind of... Basically, the defense said, look, they agree it would be nothing to do with the conspiracy, and, like, the timing really doesn't matter, but, like, this kind of didn't really make sense, because the prosecution basically said, look, we're not going to get into this whole idea that they were drug dealers, that they were trapping, that they were selling drugs. Like, that's not relevant. There's no accusation that they were selling drugs. It's not a drug case. It's not a drug trafficking case. That's not what's going on. They basically just said what's key is that Booney Mo is recruiting people, especially OTF Jam, for specific purposes to participate in this conspiracy. That's what they're alleging, okay? And then the judge basically said, well, look, okay, but it's up to the defense to decide what this is really about. Like, that's really what's going on with this. And they said that, the prosecution basically say, look, the reference to sliders, it refers to stolen cars. It's kind of like a whole thing where basically, they're trying to get their stolen cars to commit crimes with. They're saying that this connects to the LA sliders. They said we need to get some sliders in LA to, basically go and commit crimes with. That's what's going on. And so after that, the prosecution would move on to Exhibit 10, and they basically would say, this is weird. I might have written this down wrong, but basically I've written Exhibit 10, but I think maybe that includes several things, but they said 219 is a piece of evidence that is incredibly important. They basically said this is an admission of the murder from Durk to Dee. And what's interesting about that is the judge actually said, look, I haven't actually read this one yet. The judge says that they haven't kind of got around to this one yet, but, explain it, let me know what's going on with that. So after that, the prosecution said, well, look, the life of the conspiracy is key. The conspiracy never ended. They're saying witnesses in the exhibits will show that the conspiracy will not end. It did not end. They were conspiring to do this shit for quite some time. It was like a very, very obvious thing that they were doing this conspiracy, and they was going to keep this covered up as long as they possibly could. Now, after that, the judge said, look, we can't have the same argument over and over and over again 5 times. I'm going to rule on the length of the conspiracy later on. And then the prosecution basically said, well, look, in 219, this is what it shows. It shows that Durk and OTF were basically upset with Von's set of the BDs. They didn't say O-Block, but I'm assuming that they're talking about O-Block. And what I think that they were doing in that case is that they were basically explaining that, like, O-Block wasn't sliding for Von. Like, that's basically what's going on there. And so, like, it kind of makes sense to me that, they basically said they were mad at O-Block for not getting revenge for Von. They said that there was communication between Dee and others where they discussed O-Block beefing with other people and, like, basically just, like, the disrespect that was leveled towards King Von. So, like, with that, they basically kind of, like, were talking about, like, the beef that O-Block were having with people. They said, it was an admission, right? They said that Durk said, they're leaving all of the sliding up to us. And, basically the defense said that this has nothing to do with the case. All right, this opens up the door to, like, a gang sideshow that they described it as. They called it a gang sideshow, which I just thought was, like, a little bit random, okay? But, oh man. So basically, right, like, this gang sideshow that I don't really have any kind of, like, understanding of, but that's what they said. They said it was opening it up to a gang sideshow. So after that, they moved on to talking about Exhibit 10. And in Exhibit 10, the judge basically said, why is this needed? What is the purpose of this? What is the relevance of this? And from there, they basically said, look, the prosecution said, look, we can sanitize Exhibit 10. We can basically, like, show like a smaller segment of it, we can kind of like break this down in kind of separate detail, and basically like show officers arriving on the scene after the shooting. It's going to be like footage of what was going on with that. They basically say that they plan to like, you know, get. This kind of says that the first responders were planning to get Pab out of the vehicle. They're going to show like body cam from the first responders that were at the scene, taking little Pab out of the vehicle. Quando Rondo reacting. Obviously, this is the infamous clip where we know that he's like screaming no, no, and you know we've seen that on TMZ. We've seen that going around a bunch of places. It says that they'll be calling the deputy that was kind of on the scene as a witness in this case, and basically the defense, specifically Brian Steele, then got up and talked and explained that this was as prejudicial as it could be. They said that they're begging for sympathy. They said that, you know, this is a clip of a guy in a pool of blood. And the judge said, well, what exhibits did the defense actually even care about at this point? And there, the defense would basically say that, look, we care about 116, social media posts from Von showing the text between Durk and a co-conspirator, improper character evidence that was putting them in a bad light as a killer, basically just like making them look bad. So after that, what we then heard was there were like exhibits. They basically said, look, Von isn't available to testify. How are you doing? You part of the video? No. What video? So like the exhibits basically kind of like they said that the defense. Sorry, my bad. So it's the prosecution.
Hey, John Hamm, you still coming to my dog's birthday party?
I have to sell my car.
Well, just sell it to Carvana.
Carvana?
Isn't that?
That said,
Hey, Trap Lord Ross, man. Dude look like he trying to take something, man. Hey, look, I ain't praying for nobody. I ain't praying for them evil motherfuckers. They putting money on people. Get off my page. You blocked now. Fuck off my page. What I'm gonna pray for some motherfuckers who just put money on other people. Who ain't paying for lawyers for their friends and shit. What I'm praying for him for? Fuck off my page, that shit, nigga. This Trenches news, nigga, not Christian news. Whatever you wanted. You want to go to church, nigga, go to J.O. Block Hood. He a pastor and Corey Brooks, nigga. Fuck off my page. Talking about be blessed. Man.
The prosecution said, well, the exhibits material showed a lot of intent.
It ain't gonna be me. Cause if I get $40 million, it definitely won't be me putting no money on no motherfucking head. I just move far fuck away from you as I can. Fuck, I'm gonna put some money on you. I got $40 million. You want me to pray for a motherfucker who just crashed out, who was just richer than us, had more than us, and everything. You get the fuck out of here. I ain't praying for his ass. He better pray. Better tell Brother Hassan to pray for his ass.
Basically said that there were texts with co-conspirator 3. They told him that Von would be out in the streets for revenge if Durk died. So basically they're saying that apparently there was back and forth messages saying that, look, if Durk got killed, Von would have been sliding every day. It would have been slide for Durk and they would have slid. And basically there was intent to murder. They were planning to get revenge. And the judge basically said, cool, I'm going to look over 116. I'm going to let you know about that. So that was pretty crazy. Okay, that was pretty crazy. So that is kind of that. After that, they were looking at Exhibit 120, and that was basically co-conspirator number 3 that had apparently sent Exhibit 119 as well. And the judge basically said, Durk is mocking the reaction of Quando Rondo at the scene. You know, where he was screaming, no. And they basically said, why isn't 120 the link between these things? And the defense basically said, look, the link, it's not responded to, it's not relevant. They're basically saying that somebody messaged Durk and sent him like the footage and the details of Quando at the scene screaming no after all of that stuff happened. So after that, they're basically saying there was no evidence who sent it. They're not putting forward like who sent it, what the details about this were, and pretty much they were just trying to say that like, look, Durk wasn't in that. Someone messaged Durk basically in a group chat talking about, oh, Quando was at the screen screaming no, and Durk didn't really want no parts of it. Durk didn't really say nothing about it. So after that, all right, basically from there, the judge would say, look, I don't understand why you think this was hearsay. It's a verbal act that somebody else made. And the defense said, well, look, if there's an inference that it's mocking, if there's an inference that the message was mocking Quando Rondo, it's prejudicial to Durk. Someone sending him the message talking about no with no response, it's not really relevant. So there was kind of more of these little incriminating things that were brought up in these group chats. They was trying to say that there was a text between Durk and a co-conspirator talking about transportation of pipes. So obviously that's guns, right? Pipes is gun. We know what pipes is. And they're basically saying that this was all the way back in December 2020 before the conspiracy had started. And they said that the defense was trying to say this is 404B. It's nothing to do with the case. It's prejudicial. And then the judge basically said, look, understandably, like you have to try your best to kind of get this evidence thrown out. But why wouldn't I admit this since it corroborates what PW2 says? And the defense said, well, PW2 doesn't reference this specific statement. The only time they mention is in reference to the May 2021 shooting in Blackshear. And the prosecution said, look, this is incredibly corroborative. Durk is directing actions of the gang. He's showing knowledge of what's going on. And the judge basically went on to say, look, I'll let you know. All right. And then they talked about the Redman music video. The defense were basically saying that they object to all music videos. They were saying that this is art, not evidence. That phrase has been brought up a lot in Young Thug's trial as well. They kind of brought up the same thing. So in addition to that, they basically said that we object to all music videos. It's prejudicial clip. There's no allegations that Durk fired a firearm. The imagery of Durk shooting in the music video is completely prejudicial. And unless the jury is interested in the person in the video being, sorry, my bad. So then the judge says, well, unless the jury is interested in the person in the video being a lookalike, he kind of flipped it on him and said, well, yeah, it's prejudicial unless the jury think it's interesting that he's out there with a lookalike. And then the defense said, no one will testify that it's prejudicial. And then the prosecution basically said, look, the individual that gets executed in the Redman music video, he's a lookalike, he's identical to Quando, and he's wearing the same outfit that Lil Tim was wearing when he killed King Von. And then the judge just said, yeah, it's admitted. That's it. So that was some of the most damning evidence that was kind of presented today. They went back and forth about it. But basically, after that, there was an absolute bombshell that was dropped. I've already let you guys know about that on Instagram, but I'm going to do kind of like a bigger breakdown of this new piece of evidence because it's crazy. It involves Wack 100 and 6ix9ine. I'm not saying they're telling. I'm not saying that they're cooperating on this case, but what I am saying is that they are basically being mentioned. And apparently things that Wack and 6ix9ine had said actually did have a direct effect on Durk's mind state when he allegedly organized this murder for hire. So I'm going to explain that to you guys in a different video, but I'm done for now. I will see you guys next time. Thank you for watching.
What do you think? You and I together.
That's right.
Smash that like button for me, y'all. Smash that like button. 993 people on here, man. Smash that like button. That's what we got for Lil Durk, man. He gone, man. We can jam. We gonna let Jam take us out like Durk did.
Shorty and I'm that. Whatever I'm missing. City with too many blickers, I know it can happen wherever we be. We in the trenches, it's too many niggas. Whatever I'm missing, my brody a peep. Shorty and I'm that. Get them alone, they come through the back and they don't have a key. Giving them smoke, war with the city. Your homie could die and it come with the streets. Be in the city with too many blickers, I know it can happen wherever we be. We in the trenches, it's too many niggas. Whatever I'm missing, my brody a peep. Shorty and I'm that. Get them alone, they come through the back and they don't have a key. We be the who, don't really care who they clicking up with, it don't come as a surprise. We done kill all of the ops, this shit ain't got drive. We wanna put belt on the gas, smirk is the voice. You heard what he said, some bullets behind it, we ain't finna tussle.
Smirk the voice, you heard what he said, some bullets behind it, we not finna tussle. Man, I can't believe Durk them let him drop this shit, man. Durk them was supposed to tell his that's against the FCC policies. You could have told Jam anything. He would have been like, man, they don't want my music up there because the FCC says it's too violent. You could have told him anything, man.
Shorty and I'm that. Get them alone, they come through the back and they don't have a key. We be the who, don't really care who they clicking up with, it don't come as a surprise. We done kill all of the ops, this shit ain't got drive. We wanna put belt on the gas, smirk is the voice. You heard what he said, some bullets behind it, we ain't finna tussle. Lil Verdi sitting that chair with 100 shot on him, y'all know what we callin' the muscle. DD a threat, ain't got no patience, wherever he catch it, that's where he gon' shoot it. Booty Mo say he ain't killing no more cause he rich and he paying, now shorty said do it. Duty be chillin', but really the biggest Apollo.
Hey, ain't that about a bitch? Hey, look, nigga call you. He ain't telling you he finna put you in a video, and he come up with that verse. Booney the threat. He paying the shorties to do it. You hear me? Booney don't know nothing that's going on. He think that it's just a song. It's a whole camera behind it. You hear me? Hey, Jam got all the evidence. I told you. Look at Booney on the phone with me. I told you he pay our shorties to do it. Hey, that nigga Jam went on a spree. He already knew he needed to collect the evidence. The feds was already on Jam ass. Durk done put him in too many songs. Jam was getting paid for murders way back when the prices was low again or some shit. Whatever Durk said. I knew they was gonna come for Jam.
Duty be chillin', but really the biggest Apollo with money is on your medulla. He get the loan, a nigga that pay for a hit and he hop in the car with the shooter. Yeah, I'm a shooter, I stay with a glitch. Somebody down whenever I use it. Only be rapping to kill me a rapper, so phone number has something to put in their music. Nigga, I lose it, don't give a
Hey, Lil Durk better not let the jury hear this shit. He said he killed people so folks never had something to rap in their music. You got to get took off the streets behind some shit like that. We don't need him rapping no more. If you killing people just so he can have something to rap, oh man, that nigga Lil Durk gonna be gone, man. He going to ADX, man, after they hear this shit. He said, we done kill all of the ops. It's time to put belt on the guys, man. And then you got some interpreter right there, like, you know, when they say put belt on the guys, that means you're done putting the switches on your homies and you finna to your guys now, to your friends, the people who you grew up with. Man, the jury gonna be like, guilty, 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 12 times. Yeah, Lil Durk fuck, man. He say he been catching murders back when the Max Guns was in. Damn. That's old. You see what I'm saying? The fans listen to that like he been catching murders since the Mac Guns was in. Like what the fuck? A Mac is an old gun. You hear me? Like you dropping Blues Clues, bro. And then you ain't paying nobody. You laughing at people on the phone, bro. Killers. Killers say they need to get a switch case. He should have sent Drew Finley in there. Now look what he got to spend. He ain't want to get Jam a lawyer. Now look how much money Durk just spent with Drew. Does that add up? Does that math? You know how we say the math ain't mathing? That ain't even no math, man. Instead of you getting out some shit that you would have threw up in the air to a stripper, gave the Didi them, huh? I seen Boona push a motherfucker. Look, Durk gave him $100,000 for pushing somebody. A person tried to grab Durk. A fan tried to grab Durk. Boona came and pushed him off the stage. Durk gave him $100,000. You telling me you couldn't get Jam a $10,000 lawyer, a $20,000 lawyer? It wasn't worth that. But now you want me to have sympathy for you and say pray for you because you ain't want to pay the killers. Man, I ain't praying for none of y'all lives. Hey, the kids need to watch you go down so they won't be like you. Hopefully they'll learn, you know. But if they don't learn, they'll learn one day, man. On everything. You can only tell a motherfucker the stove hot. And if he still want to be curious like a cat, let him touch that motherfucker and burn himself. On some real shit. That's how people learn, man. That's how people live and they learn. You know, when your mama tell you don't do something and you don't listen to your mama because you think she a woman, first of all, you know, and then you think she don't know nothing because she a woman, you know, but she done been through more shit than you ever could go through. It's sort of like that. Kids, they you don't know, you ain't never been through that. How the fuck you know I ain't never been through a shootout? How you know I ain't never been robbed or robbed something? How the fuck you know? Because I don't run around here bragging about it. You know, like that. What up, LEP Bogus Boy? Say, don't feed the killers. I'm trying to tell you. LEP Bogus Boy said that shit. That was one of my favorite mixtapes. On everything. He say, hey, I just hated it though. But he showed respect to, you know, some of the guys and shit. But, you know, when he said shout out to all the hobos, don't feed the killers, I felt that shit. Cause I'm like, these motherfuckers running around. They offing people. Hey, look, You got to Friday to pay us $60,000. Oh, I ain't paying you shit. Boom, 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 boom. You hear me? And your ass just a victim on the news. Man was gunned down. We have no one in custody. You know, they was doing it like that, bro. You know, so when he said don't feed the killers, I felt that shit firsthand. You know, front line of it. You don't feed the killers, they gonna eat your ass, man. They gonna tell on you, or they gonna kill you, or backdoor you. Have somebody running your crib. Somebody had them niggas running Durk crib. Them niggas just ain't pop up with Durk location. One of them niggas who know Durk said, man, he got a lot of money in the crib. Huh, y'all three throwing these shirts and ski masks. You know, somebody set Durk up. Somebody backdoored him, man. Ain't no nigga just pop up out the blue and say, oh, this look Durk crib. Let's break the window and go in. No, man, they had all the info. They came through the front, but they left out the back. Come on, man. Out that big ass house. Man, I look in that house and see it and see that the back door ain't where I can see it. I'm up out that motherfucker. The owners could come. They could be watching you on camera. You never know, you know. But that's just how I think, man. You could say what you would do if you was in a situation. But I know damn sure, if I was in a big house like Lil Durk, I know this for sure. With 10 guns in there, and I know my house, I know every room, I know through this door, if you come through this door, I can kill you. If you open this door, I'm going to kill you. You know, I wouldn't have called the police. I would have called the police with them 3 dead. Then they wouldn't have to investigate my phone. This shit is a burglary, a home invasion. They dead. You know, I ain't got nothing to talk about. And I have my phone in my pocket. Because now, you know, you can't even have your phone down in your house without them putting that shit under investigation. I'm keeping my phone on me now, even though I ain't got no problems and none of that, you know, or looking for no problems with no police officers and shit. Because I ain't doing nothing. I'm a civilian, you know. Oh, before I go, y'all, I got to show y'all this. Damn, Nene, did we get the name of it? Huh? What it is? All right, hold on, y'all.
What you want to do is save hundreds when Liberty Mutual customizes your car insurance.
Y'all.
That's great, but can you ask your friend to stop digging into the green?
I can ask.
Right.
But he's not
Inside the
going to.
real of
Only
drill.
pay for what
Make
you
sure
need.
y'all go and check it out, man. Make sure y'all go and run it up, man. Share this, run it up, send it to Reddit, whatever you got, man. Help Fox News out, man. Get this out. It needs to be out, man.
When I
This
was
shit
running
needs
my
to be
cleaning
talked
business
about.
by myself, I was
You know?
limited to what I can do in a day. I wasn't able to hire
Like,
or
you can
price
say free
correctly.
Durk
I
all
was
you
so
want to.
afraid of not
Only
looking
reason why you
professional
saying
and
free
being
Durk
tied
is
up with
because
all
it's
the
free.
admin work.
But I bet you
When
if
I
I
started
charge
using
you
Jobber, I was
$25
able
to
to
say
manage
free
my
Durk,
clients
you gonna
professionally.
tell me, hey,
I
I'll send it to
automated
you when I
reviews
get
and
paid.
marketing, which helped increase my
You
revenue.
saying free them now,
Jobber
though.
allowed me to focus on
You
growing my
saying free
business and
because it's
brand.
free,
It
brother.
also gave me
I
the time back
understand it
that I
now.
wanted to
Now
spend
that
with
I've
my
been to
family.
jail 50 times,
Start your
you
free
know what I'm
trial
talking
today at
about?
jobber.com.
I understand why niggas say free. All right, y'all, man. Hey, make sure y'all go and run this up. This on Fox News Chicago. Fox News Chicago. Type it in all in one word. Click on it. Go to videos, and you gonna see it, y'all. Drill is dying. I ain't gonna lie. Drill is really dying because they dying. Like they don't last long enough.
Some people say it's a genre defined by its proximity to the grave. Mass shootings, canceled tours, and rumors of the most heinous accusations. In Chicago, the lyrics are not metaphors. They're often seen by some as confessions. This is the story of drill rap, the city's most controversial sound. We're here to ask the hard question. Is the music driving the violence, or is it just a reflection of what's already happening?
I was made in Chicago. I got paid in Chicago.
To understand.
Hey, make sure y'all go and check it out, man. Make sure y'all go and check it out, man. Clout, Crime, and Chirac. Inside the Real of Chicago Drill. Fox 32 Chicago, man. Make sure y'all go tap into it right now, man. I'm up out of here. I love y'all, man. I got shit to do tomorrow. I will drop more videos. I will be going live tomorrow, man. So make sure y'all be safe out there. Make sure y'all protect the women too, man. There is a serial out there on the loose, man. He throwing women in garbage and body parts and stuff. So make sure you protect the women. If you got a woman and she go to work in the morning at 5 o'clock and got to get on a bus or catch a cab, make sure you know where she's going, man. You know, make sure she's safe to her destination, man. Because, hey, look, you can laugh and you can joke, but, hey, look, it could be your mama, it could be your auntie, it could be your cousin, it could be your niece, it could be one of them. Don't wait till it hit home, man. Let's get this motherfucker off the street, man. He running around and snatching up women, man. You know, he already got 2 women. You know, that, hey, if you know something, say something, man. The gang members, y'all saying this motherfucker, he's suspicious, say something. Inbox Trenches News, man. I'm going to get him out the way. You ain't got to worry about no snitch on your name. I'm going to get his ass out the way for the community. Oh, now I'm going to do it for the community. You know, so if you know who it is that's throwing the women in the garbage can, call Trenches News, man. Call Trenches News. Hit me up on IG. Be for real, though. Don't tell me nobody and it ain't him. Be for real. And he going to jail. I'm going to make sure his ass in jail. On everything. You can't be killing off women because you got you know, that's weird, man. But I love y'all, man. Hey, everybody bow y'all heads, man. Pray over my channel. I thank you, God, for blessing me with the best channel, the best people. I hope that you pray for them, man, and whatever they got going on, and forgive them for their shortcomings, man. In Jesus' Big Sandals name, we pray. Amen, man. I'm up out of here, y'all. I love y'all. This still Trenches News, man, but I fuck with Big Sandals, man, and you know, me and Big Sandals talk all the time, man. So I tell them, you know, like, damn, God, man, my motherfucking back hurt, man. What you do? Just smoke some weed, son. You know, I just think like that, man, and that's how I get through life. I love y'all, though. My man is my nine, man. I'm out. Shout out to all my wrenches, man. Make sure y'all go and subscribe to them, man. Catch me on the rewind.
Without cussing, it makes me more comfortable to play it for my grandparents and my aunt.
It's working. She opened for big names like G.
Hey, man, make sure y'all go and check that out. I'm out, though, y'all. I love y'all. Y'all the best, man. Hey, tell that boy stop drinking apple vodka, man, before he lose his other kidney. Before he lose his liver. Kidney, liver, whatever the fuck. He gonna lose everything drinking apple vodka.